Hey guys, we're back. Did you miss us? Because we miss you.
And welcome back to
the Be So For Real podcast.
We're so crazy. We're
Oh my
back.
gosh.
Yay. So long. It's been so long. Oh my
Too
God.
long, guys.
We feel very nostalgic right now sitting on this couch.
I know, speaking into a microphone and letting all our emotions
I was
out
thinking
to
about it like
hundreds
honestly,
of people.
hundreds of people. Our podcast is like such a monumental diary for us.
Yeah.
Like we have so many memories on here. We have so many stories. Like but I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but when we're like 40, 50, 60, we're gonna be able to watch these back.
Yeah.
So this
So
is
are other
crazy.
people. It's just like,
I know it's exciting, but
Digital
guys,
footprint.
literally today we have so much to talk about. It's actually crazy. We've literally had the past 2 months of our lives to just like live, experience, love, happiness, heartbreak, sadness,
anger.
like anger, bitch, anger.
Oh my
This month
God.
was fucking anger. So we're gonna literally spill all the tea to you guys. We each have our own little mimosas that we've been sipping on,
Yes.
which is exciting. Cheers.
Cheers to our. I would say this would be considered like a new chapter,
New season.
new season, but like
Uh,
new, not season, but like a new a refurbishment.
A refurbishment, bitch. Where did
That's
that
not
come from?
even a word.
It's because you work at the furniture store now with your parents, so he
Yeah.
knows what a refurbishment
And I
of a
do,
fucking
and
couch is.
And what else?
We'll get into literally everything, guys. But yeah, no, I feel like I could see that. Like, it's not like a new season because a bitch isn't healed yet, but it's giving like a try,
Yeah.
an attempt
A
to
chapter.
something new. You
Yeah.
know, a chapter, and we're opening up the next chapter of our podcast. We literally have a book, guys, with so many things we're gonna talk
Because there were
about.
so many things that we just couldn't mentally just-
Yeah, and we don't know how long this could potentially be, guys. Like,
Yeah.
be fucking for real. We haven't filmed in 2 months.
Exactly.
And a lot has happened, and we can keep saying that, and we've been teasing it on the I feel like it's been really good because I've been teasing this so much on
Yeah.
live and on everywhere, just saying how crazy our Mexico trip was, how crazy our personal lives have gotten, and how we feel like I feel like for me personally, the reason why we took so long is because there's actual real shit to talk about. There's
Yeah.
shit to discuss, and it's not as easy as before when we're like, we went to a bathhouse. Like, this is real shit.
Yeah.
We're getting older.
Exactly.
So, Shadow, what are you doing, Shadow?
And as time progressed with these situations, some of it's like if we could have talked about it, we could have made the podcast the day after, and we could have talked about it.
But good thing we did.
But good thing we didn't, because there's things that could have led to things after.
Exactly.
So now
And-
that we have become, I would say, a semi-stable place to talk about it, now we will.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, for me personally, I'm not at a semi-stable place to talk about it. But
I mean, I'm not stable at all.
Yeah, I'm not stable at all. Actually, I'm just at a place where it's things are happening. I have to accept that they're happening, accept they're running away, and it's making me feel like I can't even talk about anything online, just because I'm such a guy who's a fucking open book. You know everything about me, So it's I appreciate being honest, and if I can't do that, I'd rather just not show up. you know?
Exactly.
So we're back and we're ready to get into literally everything, guys. But we'll start with our peak and our pits of the past month or month and a half.
Okay, yeah.
What are yours? You tell me.
Definitely Mexico. I peak. Obviously there were some things, but I think overall, the whole situation was so fun. Me and Pablo celebrated our birthdays
Yes.
in Mexico, literally, and it was such a coincidence, guys, because it was Independence Day for Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So the parties, the clubs, everything was times 3,
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It was so exciting. Literally every day. I don't think we went sober any of those days.
No, I know, and
I'm
it's crazy because it's one thing to go on a vacation with friends, but to go on vacation with friends in a country where there's literal Independence Day happening at the same time, we had no idea. But the trip was booked way before, so we didn't really get caught into the expenses of Independence Day.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it's hard to get into somewhere like that for a day like that.
Exactly. And then everything was really cheap. I was that was another thing. I was okay, well, all right.
Okay, yes. What's your
Um,
pit?
I feel like my pit was definitely I don't know. There were so many changes that's gone by since the last podcast.
Yeah,
So many changes.
we'll get into all of those.
Yes, I think the last podcast, I would say I was working somewhere that I don't work at now.
Yes.
I was at a different place mentally
Yes.
within a relationship. I was somewhere else physically too. It's all these things that I was just not prepared
Yeah.
to think. If I were to tell myself the things that have happened in the past few months, I wouldn't have believed it, because I'm just getting my wisdom teeth removed. I thought I was gonna be
No, deadass, you thought the worst problem was getting your wisdom teeth removed, but the person you love betrayed you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's fuck, okay, well,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so that's your pit.
Yeah, I think just the having to change everything, because everything was all in a matter of a month.
So quick.
So my whole life just completely changed.
Yeah,
It's
I
the
get
whole
that.
180.
No, I completely get that. Okay.
But even then, I think it's I'm finally coming to a point where I can figure out my new schedule and everything.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like when you get even like out of a new job or an old job, like it's automatically hard to figure it out. And then that on top of personal issues, like no duh. Also, we went to Mexico probably at the worst time that both of us should have fucking went.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like that
exactly.
probably was a thing, but we had the best time ever.
Yeah.
So okay. My peak of the past month or month and a half has been like feeling my emotions on a different level. I feel like I've actually had to learn like my self autonomy, independence again on a way different level than I've ever experienced it. Because before I was in a relationship, yeah, hello, I'm not in a relationship anymore. We'll get into that at the end of the podcast, so stay tuned. But yeah, no, like I feel like before my relationship, I thought I knew who I was so much, and then I got in that relationship, and I thought I knew who I was even more, and then I got out of the relationship, and I realized that none of those versions were me, like at all,
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it's a really overwhelming feeling for that, but that's my peak, honestly. Like my peak is figuring that out. It sucks. Like I'm manic. Hi, I'm Pablo, but like it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my peak, and then my pit that also falls into my pit. It's just the darker feelings that come with that and the
Exactly.
aftermath and the come downs and really just like figuring out how to be alone like with my cat. Because yeah, so that's my peak and my pit overall. But obviously throughout that time, like I've traveled so many places, made so many friends and new experiences that I'm so grateful for. But this was a fucking, what is it called? A retrograde. Apparently there's a retrograde for the past couple months. So
Yeah.
that's what this has been. And this is the aftermath of that. Dirty ass pants. No, I'm kidding. These are from Boohoo. We love. But yeah, that's my peak and my pit.
Yeah, I did see something like it was so crazy because before everything happened, like during the time of like the whole wisdom teeth and everything,
Yeah.
I was seeing so many, and I was just correlating to my wisdom teeth. I'm like, I'm gonna lose my wisdom once I get my wisdom teeth removed.
Yeah,
or
dead
something.
fucking ass.
Like I was seeing all these like Mercury retrograde is gonna like change you, and I'm like, it's just gonna change my wisdom teeth. Let's be for real.
Yeah.
No, guys, like it's insane.
It gave him a mustache. It gave him 7 new men. No, I'm
Bitch,
kidding.
what the hell?
I'm kidding, bitch.
No, but it's just like it. So many things happened that changed me. That it's like, damn, it's like,
Unchanged.
yeah,
That's
like,
so funny. Wait, guys, can we please talk about how Oscar has a completely different appearance going on right now? Nobody may notice it, but I think everybody notices it. Guys, this is him. This is Oscar.
yeah,
He has a mustache.
bitch,
now.
it's just a mustache.
It's literally just
I'm
a
like
mustache.
perfectly
So
the
don't
same.
get scared, guys. Don't.
Yeah.
This is still our little. Well, actually, twink on twink. We'll flop back and forth.
Yeah,
Fuck
well,
it.
depends.
Well, fuck it.
Well, depends on how I'm feeling that day.
No, dead ass, but live for that. No,
Yeah.
literally, I said on one of our like ads for TikTok that I was trying to get people to watch our podcast. I was like, guys, this used to be a twink on twink podcast, and now this is like, oh, I don't even know what it is.
Wait,
anymore.
guys, that was so funny because it was so early in the morning. I woke up to it and I was like, okay, wow.
Yeah, because I just wanted to like put it out there that like
All
we're gonna
right.
put back on the podcast because
Yeah.
people actually ask, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Okay, anyways, should we get into like our whole little list?
Yeah, let's start.
Yeah.
I think the first one was me leaving Canes. No?
Yes, Oscar Canes, because last time on the podcast was Oscar was working at Canes. He was getting his wisdom teeth removed. Yeah.
So I think I'll just start because there's many people I feel like at my job that want to see, like, want to hear what actually happened.
Oh my gosh, not the
So-
Canes drama.
It's just in that facility. Now that I'm obviously not working there, I can see a lot of things. That facility is all about preaching standards and everything. Which at the end of the day, every business will be like, like set their standards and rules and regulations, and you have to respect them because at the end of the day, you're working under them, whatever. But if you preach standards and if you preach the rules and regulations, then the higher ups should be preaching them as well. But it's like if they're not following it, then it's like, okay, then why should you be following them if they're not showing you a good example?
Yeah, I get that.
So as time progressed, I started realizing it's like, okay, damn, like I was working 40 plus hours. Like sometimes I would get extended. Sometimes I would do like things that would better the shift, but I would get retaliated for it over
Mhm.
things that I was like, okay, like I did this to make the shift better, whatever. It was just progressive. I wasn't happy. I was sad. I was tired. Sometimes I couldn't even go out because sometimes they would call me in. I mean, Pablo knows this. Like, there was many times where I couldn't do things that I wanted to do just because my schedule was so fucked up. Like, you had me working at 8 to 5 a.m. and then having me work at 11 a.m.
And I feel like since you were like 18, right, or 17,
since like 18.
yeah, like you've been working like all overnight shifts, and then they make you come in the next day like 3 hours later, type shit, allegedly.
Exactly. And it's like, well, at some point, it's like that's a break point. I'm like, I started realizing now that I'm like 22, I'm like, why am I busting my ass at a company that doesn't give a fuck about you?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, so, and there's like these two higher ups that have been higher up than me that continuously disrespected me. Like I would tell them what I needed, and they wouldn't do anything about it. It's like I would tell them I can't be working late as fuck, or like had me working every day of the weekend when there's other managers that be taking like
I feel like they got used to you working at night. They got used to you working on the weekends, like the times when you didn't want to work.
exactly. And the main problem of what had happened, that of the reasoning of why everything went down, was it was my little brother's birthday, and I had to place an order, and was gonna place it. I had the order ready. I was gonna like just typing it out so I could be ready at a certain date. When it comes to big
what
order,
order?
it's like a kid's order, like from my little brother. Like
Okay.
I was placing the order, and I was like, okay, you know what? Like I'll just like pay for it when I get here. Because for big orders, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll pay for it when I get here, but I'll just have the order ready because I definitely want it at a certain time and everything. So as time progressed, I had the order ready. Everything was fine. I had left the paper of where all my like my order was, like where a lot of people were. So they were started writing things on it. They started putting things in it, saying that it was paid, but I didn't write that. I'm like, the paper was there.
Oh.
So in their eyes, it made it seem like
you were like stealing from them.
Yeah, and I was like, wait, I did not write that. I'm like, but they're so quick. These two motherfuckers are quick to like find anything excuse to fire people. I'm like, they fired people that like really care about the crew members. Come like, these two motherfuckers always be yelling at crew members, and I was the only manager that was telling them to like, you can't be yelling at them. You know, it's like they're human beings. Like you can't be treating them as like robots.
Yeah, no,
they're human beings. I'm like, everyone would always come up to me telling me that they would feel disrespected by them, and I was like, well, stand up to them. It's like, like,
yeah, I get that.
You can't be like letting yourself seem like a robot. It's like, whatever.
I feel like overall working for like a company like that, like they don't really care about you or your personal interests unless you like build a deeper connection. But you can't really even get everything you expect because it's like there's only a couple workers. We all need to get the like store running, and it's like they're not going to value your like personal feelings because they just want like they need to beat the numbers from the last day. They need to like always just be better. So it's like super unfortunate, especially because you're younger. I hate that narrative. But
I know, and it's so drama. It's literally high school. It's like 28-year-old or 30-year-olds acting like a kid.
Yeah, but what I realized growing up is that you will never escape high school. You will never escape college drama. Everywhere you go will always have that type of drama because people crave feeling. People live to feel, and drama is the number one way to feel, you know? So I completely understand that. It's like you feel like you grow up out of high school, you grow up out of college, but then you go into a new environment, and then you slowly start to see as you stay there longer and longer that you're gonna know more people. There's gonna be more drama with people. You're gonna like people. You're gonna hate people. It's just always gonna happen. So I think it's like valuable to like get out of things before they get too bad. You know what I mean? Because the drama was obviously there. Like you obviously had like beef with like your 50-year-old supervisor. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And it was this whole thing. Like even before when you get promoted, they move you to a different restaurant, like a different store.
Yeah.
And there was so much drama with my name going on just because me and this guy I used to talk to, he was a shift lead, but we were most of the time we were just friends.
Messy.
Once like he went to a different restaurant, that's when we started doing our own thing and we started like messing around because that's he was somewhere else. You know, it's like
they found out.
Well, they started creating rumors, but it was so messy because Canes moves so quick. It's like everyone started saying things, being like, "Oh my god, did you hear?" And it's like, like you as a restaurant leader can be involving yourself in the drama, respectfully. You have a wife with 2 kids, and you need to respect. Like
I completely
it's like
understand.
The first thing that I was told, it's like, "Oh, the only reason we didn't want you at a restaurant is because we knew you had a thing with this person," and it's like, are you gonna believe what other people are saying as a rumor?
Yeah. And how would you feel if it was a girl and a guy?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's like now you want to like, but they were talking about it beforehand. Like they were telling the higher ups, yeah, we don't want Oscar because he is talking to this guy. So it's like you're gonna take other people's words over mine. It's like that's not professional at all whatsoever. Regardless of whatever me this guy do, like it's like, damn, like you as a restaurant leader, you as like this old man or old woman,
it's just giving homophobic.
It's giving homophobic, and like I understand professionalism, and like I'm not like obviously I'm not gonna go in there and be like slob whatever, like go crazy. It's like,
wait, but what were the rumors? Did you guys get caught fucking in the freezer?
No, literally no one has ever seen anything. It's just that people started creating things because we were started hanging out.
Honestly, fucking in the freezer would eat.
Bitch.
Would eat.
I count with you. No, but we started like just hanging out because at first we were friends, you know? Like we were just like friends. That's literally all we were. Because he was in training and I was just, I can remember we were just friends. And people were like, oh, it's like 2 gay people, so they have to be fucking.
Yeah.
So it's like
very, very true, very real. That's how like everyone on our lives is always like, oh, there's your bottom, there's your top, there's the like every guy with a gay friend or whatever, they always think you're fucking. I get that.
exactly, and it got so messy to the point where I literally the first day I told them I was like, there was so much drama because they were talking about the whole situation between me and that guy, and it's like you old as fuck talking about some situation that I had with this guy. It's like, damn, like it's not affecting you. So why the fuck are you like? And no one asked me anything.
Yeah.
No one asked him anything. It's just that they heard things and they believe to assume there's rumors.
Yeah, I get that.
And overall, like, that's not what. That's just one of the scenarios that made me like really pissed off with the company, whatever. The last thing with the whole thing about me placing an order, it's like if you took the time to even look back at the cameras, you would have realized that paper would have been standing there. But they're so quick to just like find any excuse.
And like you weren't even there when you ordered it, were
exactly.
you? Yeah.
Yes. And me being petty as fuck, literally the day of my brother's birthday, I walked in and I placed the order.
Oh my gosh, there's a fly in my fucking drink.
Really?
That was so crazy. It was that gross.
Bitch, you still drinking.
Should I? You don't know, but I saw this.
Was it on?
No, I think it was like flying through it. Like it was. I don't know. It was literally. I saw it right here.
Oh, bitch, yeah.
But it wasn't like a big fly. It was like a fruit fly.
Oh, yeah.
Because I saw that flies eat shit. Oh my god! That gave me the ick. I'm so sorry.
Bitch.
I'm so sorry. It wasn't a big fly.
Bitch, y'all get like a salmonella.
Stop. That's so scary. Okay.
No, and I was just more of a story. It's like I was being petty as fuck, and then I walked back in the day of my brother's birthday, and I'm like, you think I can't pay for my own big order? I walked in, paid for the order, and that's what it was. I'm like, and then they were all looking at me and just like, it's like, here you go. I'm like, you think I couldn't pay for something that I didn't? I'm like,
Oscar loves that narrative so much.
It's also because you're not gonna make.
You think I can't pay for this? Here's $1,000. You think I can? Like Oscar loves to put it.
But
down.
it's like you literally think I'm stupid. Like it's like they think I'm stupid enough to like obviously discount an order that's like hundreds of dollars because kids is expensive.
Wait, you got hundreds of dollars of food?
Wait, it's because it was like for my brother's party with his friends and everything. So it's like hundreds of dollars of food, and then they just assume that I couldn't pay for it. But it's like, and I'm also not stupid enough to think that's like $100. Like,
wait, but I would have definitely tried to steal it.
I mean, well, bitch. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
There's Pablo.
Yeah, there's Pablo. Like, if I worked up, like, I used to work at Wendy's. Like, I did not give a fuck. Like, I would go to my friend's house after and get like 17 chicken nuggets. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but in that situation, I was like, you think I'm stupid enough to just like discount it from where there's all these cameras, all these things to just be like, yeah, let me just discount this order and say that it's paid for. No, it's like that's not the case. If you take the time to even like back at the cameras, you would realize
clocked.
That's what it was, and it's like
fuck it. No, I'm kidding, guys. This is all alleged, but
yeah,
this is a story.
All alleged, but
anyways, okay, wow, bitch.
Yeah. But honestly, love. Like I'm not sleep deprived. I'm not depressed. Yeah. Well,
not as depressed. Well, yeah. Well, depressed for a different reason.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like I have so much time to do what I want to do. Now that I left that place, and when I walked in, when I paid for my order and I picked up my little brother's order, everyone had their eye bags, everyone looked tired, everyone looked miserable, and I was like, damn, this is what I needed, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I feel like there's nothing wrong with working somewhere if you like it, if you're getting enough sleep, if you're eating enough, but once it starts affecting your actual health, it's like, is this even worth it? Yeah. But sometimes people don't even have a choice. So you know, like it's nice to be able to like step away from that and do something else, like OnlyFans, which we will be talking about right now, guys. Because if you guys don't know, I've had an OF for years at this point, and Oscar has had one now recently for like 2 months, literally since after Canes.
Yes.
So let's talk about it. How do you like it? What are the vibes? How are you feeling? What are you showing? Just tell the people. Show me. I'm like, all right, bitch.
Exclusive. Be so real, bitch. No, honestly, I like it. It's at first I started and I was like, am I really gonna make anything? Because obviously Pablo has his platform where he can like link everything to. I barely just had like my Twitter thing going on, so it's like, was that really going to be enough to like successfully like
to do something that you would want?
Do anything with it. So I was just like, one day I was just like, fuck it. I'm like, I'm basically posting it on Twitter already, so might as well just like start.
You were, Oscar. You were posting like full like base pictures.
Yeah. So then Pablo was like, bitch, just make your fucking money. So I was like, all right. So the next day I did OnlyFans. I started it, and then literally my first day I had 50 subscribers, which it's just like I know it's a little bit like,
but it's good for like a starter guy.
Yeah, someone who doesn't really have like a platform to even promote it. I didn't promote it that much. Yeah, it's like I went on my Instagram and was like subscribe, you know. So I was like, as time progressed, I was like, damn, this is a lot of money, but I didn't realize that obviously when you first start OnlyFans, people are gonna want to buy regardless of the amount. It's like we're
They're
starting
gonna
off.
want to buy it, yeah.
They want to see what the vibe is, like what your OnlyFans is gonna be. I was making so much money my first month. I was like, so I kept the prices as how they've been. But as time progressed, I'm like, okay, now they kind of know what I have and what it's going on down there.
Yeah.
It's like they're not gonna be willing to pay the same amount. So
you have to like strategically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. That's why with me, like, I started mine like a year and a half ago because somebody was trying to blackmail me. Because when I was younger, I did some stupid shit, yada yada. They tried blackmailing me, so I like exposed myself. Cool. And I had that story like behind it, so that like that was like used as my ammunition to like blow it up or whatever. But I feel like since you're doing it like at a more like natural rate, like it's almost better also because you are able to like, you know, like you didn't get everyone. Like, you know, you're saying right now like, oh, people bought it the first time and they might not buy it the second time. But if you're saying only 50, even 100, even 200 subscribers, there's still 100 million other gay guys out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not always about a platform. It's about like going viral. It's about doing a good video that'll like boost it. Like,
yeah,
you know, my best friend or one of my close friends, she made over $500,000 in a month because she was so good at being so viral with it. You know, she
Yeah.
kept going viral, 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 and that's what it's about. So it's like, it's good that you're at that natural rate, but now just think about like the virality of it. It's like a
Yeah.
TikTok. It's literally like that. And I feel that way too, because in the beginning, that's why I have a management now. Because in the beginning, it was like you would throw around all these numbers of what you thought you deserved for this or that. But then as it went on, it needs to strategically work out. And like, you know, one day I'm like, oh, here's a bulge pick for $50, which is not obviously that, but I'm like, here's a bulge pick for $50. And then like 20 days later, I'm like, here's a bulge pick for $5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, so,
exactly.
like you just have to like do it strategically. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's like what it is. But no, honestly, yeah. And it's good if you made even something. Like, I remember Drew was telling me, like, when I first started, I was like, I'm scared I'm not going to make this much money. And he's like, Pablo, like, even if you made $2,000 a month, that's rent. You know, even if you made $1,000 a month, that's half of rent. You know what I mean? It's like, so true. Like, you don't have to really make a lot for it to matter, to mean something, but it's good to make a lot.
Yeah, because I started realizing it quick after the first month. Like the
Yeah.
first month was so good.
I get that.
Like, so I was like, damn, like what have I been doing at Canes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But now that time progressed, it's like I had to lower all
Wait,
my
do you want
prices.
to tell them what you made?
What do you mean?
Like on OnlyFans?
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell
can
them
say
what I made. I'm
my
like, I don't
my
give a fuck.
first month, I think I like in total, I did like in monthly payout, so total was like 2,800,
That's good.
and that literally was my first month. But that I started realizing so quick the month after. It's like,
Damn.
like it's like not even less than half. It's like
Yeah.
it's less than half.
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
means more. Like, you have to really do it. You
so,
have to like do a viral thing because
and continuously doing it.
it can be really good, you guys. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, my first month of OnlyFans, I made like $13,000, which is really fucking good.
Yeah.
But most people are making like hundreds of Ks. So to
Exactly.
me and like my friends and like the comparisons, I was like, that's not a lot, but it was a lot. And but like, you know, like 8-9 months later, I was able to get it back up to like 10-11K. So you're not dead. Like, you can still like boost it up. It just has to be strategic, collabs, stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know, work it up.
that definitely is something that I've been trying to like look into, and like I lowered my prices, and I'm just kind of figuring out my way to
Yeah.
like
Also, we need to be clear, guys. OnlyFans does not mean you're fucking online. OnlyFans does not mean
exactly.
you're like you're sucking dick. You're doing it. It can mean that, and it has meant that
Yeah.
before. Well, yes, but like,
Oh yes,
they're like, you know, people do OnlyFans for different reasons. Like, people have followers that want to see different sides of their content creators. Like, you know, I don't know what kind of different side y'all want to see, but it's the different
when it
side.
comes to
So, like,
Oscar, but
like, no, literally, just like no judgment towards anybody that does OnlyFans. Like, literally, fuck it. Like, OnlyFans work is the most sustainable job ever, and it sounds so fucking stupid, but think about it. You don't waste any money doing it. You don't give out any money doing it. You don't spend any money doing it. You don't like require to throw away plastic. You know, you're not like
Exactly.
turning on electricity. You're not like ruining the actual like resources of the world. You know,
Yeah.
you're just, hello, this is me. Well, yes.
and it's all about. I feel like in my head, it's like okay, you're just being profit smart.
Yeah.
Like I'm always about the money, so it's like if you really like can't see this opportunity, it's
Yeah.
like,
But also, if you hate it, like, I don't blame you too.
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
it is a lot, and I
Yeah.
get that. And I don't. That's why I posted it on Instagram sometimes. But what I always do is I have a list of like 400 people that every time I post an OnlyFans story, I block them, or I block them from my stories, because I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. And I know that I have definitely at least a couple people that follow me that would not want to see anything like that, you know. And I never post anything crazy, but I'll do like a shirtless selfie and be like, "OF," like, I don't need everyone to see it. You know what I mean? So there's ways to do it. I fuck with it. But I was gonna say my update on it is I haven't posted in a couple months just because you know, the point to where my relationship got to, which I'll get to later, was kind of a very insecure place, and there was no room to really be doing OnlyFans at that time at all. And then now that I'm like in like the healing era, there's also not that much room where I'm just wanting to be like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
So like we'll see what happens, but I still have it. Obviously, things are still sent out, and that's my little update with OF. I feel like we're getting into all the little nits and grits of like the specific like updates,
Exactly.
which I like. Okay,
And it's good that we're letting people know like the behind of the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I feel like many people just see it's like, oh, we're just posting our dick. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, but it's like
no, like no,
like,
no. Oh my gosh, Jody, guys,
Yes.
Jody, Oscar got a dog. He literally got a dog in the most crazy way. Wait, can I tell them how we like found it, and then you can tell like everything
Yeah.
after that? Okay, so literally one time me and
Hey,
Oscar,
bitch.
oh sorry, we love her. Jody's the sweetest thing ever. I love Jody. She's
We
so
love a
cute.
gender neutral.
I literally was there when like he got her, so I feel like I'm like her granddad or
Yeah.
whatever the fucking word is. But
Grandpappy.
Grandpappy. We went to WeHo one night. We were really drunk. We left, or we waited around WeHo for a couple hours to sober up, got in the car, and then we wanted to go get some. I wanted to get some weed. So I was like, Oscar, can you bring me to this dispensary? It was kind of late. We had already been waiting around so long, like sobering up. But he was like, yeah, like I'm down. It was really late. It was like 3 a.m. So we go to this dispensary, guys. This dispensary is a literal shack. It is a little sus dispensary that's not even on Google Maps. It's not on Weed Maps. It's not on any type of review. It's just a little local shop that I have found through living in this area of town for a while now. And it's a little on or off, but I fuck with the people there. So tell me why, guys. We walk into this place. And as we walk into this place, there's nobody at the front. There's nobody at the front. Wait, I'm like, should I tell the fake story or the real story? Because on TikTok, I said that we walked into like blood. Because what had happened was apparently the dogs that are at this shop to protect the dogs or to protect the store randomly had babies, like 20 fucking babies.
Yeah.
And like left the store like a mess, like a crime scene type shit. So when we walked in, apparently that's like after they had cleaned everything. It was still giving sus because usually when I walk in, it's like, hi, what do you want? But it was like everybody was gone. There was a big dog laying. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Turns out they had babies. So when I went to get a joint at 3 a.m. with Oscar, they were like, oh, does any of you want a dog? And we're like, wait, what? And then they were like, yeah, this dog just gave birth to 20 babies in the back. And Oscar's like, are you fucking joking me? I want a dog. Like, I will take that dog right now. And then they're like, yeah, like, look. And we're like, what kind of dogs are they about to show us? They bring us to the back in the closet of this shack that probably would have been sus to many people at that time of night. But we were just following them, just having fun. We followed them to the back. They closed the door. There were literal newborn babies. So many newborn babies. Yeah. Not just normal dogs. Literally Rottweiler, Alaskan Husky, Great Dane mixes. Yeah. Like the most bougie, popular, expensive dogs ever. And there was just a bunch of babies on the floor. And we're like, oh my gosh, obviously I can't fucking have a dog. I'm in an apartment. I have my cat. I don't want a dog. But Oscar, he lives at home. He has a house. He has a more stable environment to do it. A whole family, a little brother. Like their dog is dying. Like it's literally like the most beautiful thing. So
my other dog, and I was like,
yeah, like he's like begging, but like so a little bit like, oh my gosh. So Oscar's like, I need it, I want that one. He's like, you can have it. Like I just need a couple more days to feed it to get it good. But some of them are gonna die. 2 of them already died. The mom doesn't have enough nipples to take care of them. Yada yada. And we're like, oh my god. So Oscar's like, I need this dog. So for the next like 3 or 4 days, they stayed in contact. And then 4 days later, Oscar came to LA and we literally picked up a dog that was literally the size of like fucking like a circle, like the smallest dog.
Keep in mind that when it comes to this, it's like, obviously you're not supposed to separate a dog like once it's like the parents are like, they can't like you can't separate the puppy with the mom. Like that's not okay. Like I completely understand. But the mom was in no shape, way, or form gonna feed all the dogs. And it's literally dying. The mom was dying. Yeah. The dad was like barely like living too. It's like the dad wasn't even in the picture literally. So if we were there, it was only the mom. Like the dad was barely even there.
So it's just
it's like it's either I take, and I know because I've had prior experiences with a dog.
Yeah.
If I know like I can save this dog's life, rather than it dying, which is like respectfully, I'm like, if you like this dog was going to die.
Yeah, no, literally, like guys, they were all like begging, like in this little bed, like they didn't even have. They were staying in a weed shack, like they were telling us like they have nowhere to go at home at all because the bigger dog will like hurt them. There was because like the other dogs got eaten by a coyote. Like it just like they're literally, the guy was like, if you don't take it, it's gonna die. Yeah, and we're like, oh my gosh. So and then we made a TikTok about it, and a bunch of people were like, no, you can't take it away. You can't take it away, which I understand too. Like when I got Shadow, it was before he was able to be taken away from his parents, but I got him at an adoption center. Like, what am I gonna do? Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like you took care of that dog, and now look how healthy she is. She's the biggest,
Yeah.
cutest dog.
Exactly. And I have an aunt that I even told Pablo, it's like, she's a vet. So, like, if anything, in reality, it comes to it, it's like, I would have, like, the best knowledge. That's, like, that it comes to this dog.
Yeah.
And, like, the other thing, it's like, why we didn't, because I saw in the comments, like, why didn't you do it before? I'm like the animal services about the place. And it's like, the guy told me that he went to this animal services place with the dogs, and they said that they couldn't take all these puppies in. And it's like, it's the same thing as like you taking the dogs to the vet, then like them dying there.
Yeah.
And then they were saying that since they're so newborn and they wouldn't be able to stay with their mom, the vet themselves, so the possibility of them dying is high. So it's like, at that point, it's like, the
vet told you that your dog could die?
No, the vet told the guy that
okay.
the dogs could die because they're going to be separated with their mom.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, the guy was like, okay, I've had dogs, because the owner of the dog obviously has a parent, so he knows about dogs himself.
Yeah.
He knows about how to take care of them. Like, he bought specific milk and everything for the dogs.
Yeah.
To make sure that they were okay.
Wait, Jody's like perfectly healthy, right?
I mean, I literally, like, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't scared for the fact that it's gonna be like, oh, like I wasn't gonna be afraid to take care of it. It's like, I have an aunt who's a vet. Like, I've had dogs before, so I know what they require. Like,
but Jody's like growing perfectly.
Yeah, I literally, like, she's on her like third round of vaccines now. She's perfectly fine. Every time I go to the vet, they always tell me that she's perfectly fine, growing perfectly healthy.
That's so cute.
And she's so cute. She's growing up so fast, though. When we left Puerto Vallarta, she was still the size of my hand.
Yeah, and then
like,
she got bigger. Yeah. Now she's like a dog.
Now she's like a dog.
I want to hug her. She's like shadow size.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Wait, can you bring Jody here so they can play?
I was gonna bring Jody, but I didn't know what the vibe was.
You should next time.
Yeah.
Doesn't imagine Shadow and Jody right next to each other.
She started her first she's gonna start her first round of school on October 26th.
School?
Yeah, so then she knows how, like behave.
Yeah, I get that. Oh my gosh. I mean, just because like growing up, like I've always like I grew up in a white neighborhood, so bitches would always put their dogs in school. I'm like, oh, y'all are rich, because my dogs are like eating whenever they want, like, wherever they want. Like there was no space for that. But I love that you're doing the high school.
See, I want to make Jody like a service dog.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because like that way I can take it anywhere.
Wait, Scooby's looking at me too much. It's making me want to.
Scooby flips you off.
Scooby, we keep going.
And I don't know. Like, I want to be able to take like Jody anywhere that I go, without having to worry about whether this business or not can like accept dogs.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But Jody's so cute that I'm just like, let me just take her, and she's gonna be like a medium or big dog.
She's gonna be
like,
a dog.
So it's like, I'd rather just take her everywhere.
Like, it's crazy that right now she's the same size as Shadow.
Yeah.
But like soon she'll be like so much bigger.
And it's so funny because everyone got attached to Jody. Like, everyone always comes and visit her.
No, literally, Jody's the sweetest thing ever, and I'm so obsessed with her. I keep seeing her grow, and it makes me feel like I'm literally like her second dad. Like, it's so cute, and I love that. Like, she's actually like healthy,
Yeah.
and it's so perfect. So yeah, that's like the whole story. Oscar has a new fucking dog. I'm like, what? But that's so crazy that you have a dog now. That's like also such a big like jump in life. Is like when you have a priority. Like, it's not only about keeping yourself alive; it's also about keeping your pet alive.
I'm being responsible. Like, like it's. I love having Jody because I think in a way it helped me. Like, many times that I just like felt sad, I would just hang out with Jody.
She taught me love. She taught me patience.
No, like, honestly, like, there's many times where it's like I've had to stay home because of Jody, which is like,
yeah, I kind
of like that. It's like, okay, you're making me feel like, okay,
yeah, no,
stay at home.
No, literally. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we did that. What else? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I went home. I mean, that was a little moment. I feel like during the summer, I just wanted to go home for 2 weeks. I always like to do that every single year I've lived in LA, to ground myself, to humble myself, to make myself clear. Because, guys, I'm going to be honest, in LA, it's very easy to prioritize materialistic things, numbers, clout, fame, fortune, love, sex, drinking, smoking, like everything
doing
that you
coke,
don't
poppers.
literally anything you don't want to prioritize is what you would prioritize here. Not because people here are bad or not. It's just the way life moves here sometimes. It's a very party city. It's a very party city. So many people, guys, make their money in LA based off of partying. If you think about it, Tariyami, right? Super popular. People are like, she always goes out. She always drinks. Every time she goes out, she makes 3 TikToks. One of them over a minute. She makes, $5,000 from TikTok just from going out. She'll make a YouTube video about it. Makes $15,000. Post on Instagram, $1,000. The bitch makes $15,000 going out every single night.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it becomes like very valuable to just go out and to meet people and connections. And a lot of people and a lot of connections I have made in the city were just from going out. Like literally the biggest boohoo connection I have right now where I get free clothes, I'm able to go to influencer events, it's because I met her and took a shot with her at Barney's Beanery. So it's like it's very important to keep going out. And I just like to go home to like, just go to my family, my friends, and just like chill. And I feel like going home was honestly really fun. I was kind of going through the beginning stages of turbulence with my ex-boyfriend, which was really hard on me, but I was able to surround myself around people from like growing up. And I feel like an environment sometimes is enough to take your mind off some things like Mexico, or like literally like all it takes sometimes is just to get out of the little toxic circle that you're in. So that was really, really beneficial for me. Hung out, I met like my baby cousins, like just a bunch of wholesome shit. Like
Yeah.
you saw my content was very wholesome.
Yeah,
I
I
took
really
my
liked
dad
it. Yeah.
to the lake for the first time. I like was asking my family a bunch of like penetrating questions. That's my favorite thing to do. Like imagine like, yeah, you're probably close with your mom, cool, but imagine if you were to go up to your mom tonight, you go home, she's in the kitchen, you go up to her and you're like, what's your deepest secret? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She'd be like, ¿Qué te qué estás hablando? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or like
She's like, Joto.
or like, what do you think of when you think of the word hate? And then they're like, what? Like, I would ask my like traditional Hispanic family those kind of questions, and they were just like so mind blown. And I'm like, I really did realize that just as much as bad as there is in LA, there's so much good because people here are so open minded that people are always talking, and then people are always conceited and narcissistic, also kind of, which is a part of living in LA. That they're always talking, so it's like conversations are being had rather than people just shutting up.
Exactly.
So it was really fun to kind of like peek into all that, but it was really hard not seeing my ex for like weeks and not knowing where we were. It was actually like the hardest thing ever, but I did it. I came back and I felt rejuvenated, but then everything kind of just started going into turbulence again. Like literally, like usually when I come back from Connecticut and I go to LA, like it's more like calmness for a couple of weeks, but I think it almost immediately went into like so much turbulence and so much chaos just because of my relationship. But the good thing that did happen while I was at home is that I got offered like a really cool campaign for a photo shoot for like a major skincare brand. And they asked me, I have no idea why, because I'm not like a big like skincare guru, but they asked me and I was so excited. And it was a really good experience. Like I went back to LA from Connecticut, went to a huge set. It was like for Sephora vibes, did so much cool opportunities, met so many cool people, did videos, did filming, did everything, got paid, which was such a good experience. But I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of get like blue balled a little bit, and that happens a lot in this industry. It happens a lot in LA, and it really is upsetting coming from a person who like already is kind of depressed all the time, because it's like I'm already upset about my own things, so I don't need any major brands promising me all this shit and like telling me I'm gonna be a star and like all this crazy shit. Like, bitch, like just tell me like what's going on, and I'm excited, I'm grateful, and then let's do that. But don't be like, your face is gonna be everywhere. We're gonna put you everywhere. Like that's like what it was. Like, we're gonna put you in 50 different locations. We're gonna have this, like do that. Like literally, I was already supposed to come back to LA, but I like quickened my flight. Like I got here quicker because I wanted to be on set for that day. I'm so grateful I did it. Like the best experience ever. I love that company so much. They're so amazing. But I did a lot to get there. And a couple weeks later, turns out I was the only one not included in like the campaign shots like that went all around LA, which to me was like made me feel like I was ugly. It made me feel like there's something wrong with me. Like, why am I the only one not included? Hello? There was like 2-3 people not included. I'm like, wait, what? I wanted to be included so bad. You guys promised me that. And then I got told weeks later that it was because my picture was taken on too light of a background and they couldn't use that. But 3 other people that were included in that campaign had the same exact background. So I was like, just guys, let's be honest. Like, can we just be like clear here? Because like now I'm upset. I've been here for like a month waiting. I was like already nervous about coming back to LA, but I was because of my situation, but I was really excited to have this opportunity. And honestly, everything happens for a reason. I'm really grateful for that. Like I'm so obsessed with them, but it was like kind of hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. And that does happen a lot in LA where you get promised something and then it gets taken away from you. I'm like, bitch, like, what is this? Like, it's like giving like imagine like you go to a kid, you're like, I'm gonna like give you candy. Like, yeah, and you're like, never mind. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and you do it like 20 times. Like after a certain point, you're not gonna want candy anymore.
But you see everyone else getting candy.
Yeah, but then everyone else around you gets candy, and you're like, oh. I'm like, is it because they have a management? Is it because they're more attractive? Is it because they're older? Because they're richer? That's none of those probably, or I don't know. But yeah, so that was my little lore about that. That kind of like put me to a dark spot for a while because I'm like, like I'm already like insecure about my relationship. I'm insecure about how the way my family looks at me because I was just at home for a while, and now I'm insecure about the way companies and Hollywood looks at me. And it was like I need to get out of this city. And
Yeah.
then as the relationship got way worse, like in my current like relationship, if that make my emotional relationship with my ex, like it just got so much worse. And I got to such a place where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't deserve any of this. And I literally was like about to move back home. Like I was thinking of I was gonna move to Spain. Like I was going to all these different mindsets of like, what do I do? I need to get out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to put my worth in these things anymore. I want to put my worth in my own content and my own like 3-minute videos. But we're still here. We paid another month of rent. So we're good. But it did almost get manic for a second. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie. But yeah, that was really cool opportunity. And it honestly was a good foot in the door. And I'm like, really grateful. And yeah, that was the little drama with that. But after that, guys, I turned 23. And that was crazy. And then a week later, Oscar turned 22. So what did we do?
We went to Mexico.
We went to Mexico, bitch. We were
Oh my
heartbroken.
God.
We were going to fucking birthdays.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know if it was the right time to go, but we
Yeah.
went and whatever. And we had the best time literally ever.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was very much like I like it was so fun. I think, guys, the first
It was literally Jersey Shore, Love Island combined.
exactly. Where do we start? I'm like, do we start from like the
I mean,
flight?
we literally have like a list of what we should get to. I mean, yeah, just getting there. Like,
yeah.
the
So
flight. Yeah,
I was stressed out because Pablo was telling me like, "Oh, I'm on my way. I'll be there by like 2 p.m." Bitch,
Yeah.
it's like 2
I
p.m.
got
He's
there
like,
at 9 p.m.
2 p.m. He doesn't text me back. I'm like, oh God. I'm like, okay, whatever. Maybe he's taking a nap. 4 p.m. goes by. Literally nothing goes, like no text, no nothing. I was like, we have to be 2 hours there earlier before the flight. I'm like, we have to get there soon.
Yeah.
And then literally like an hour or 2 hours before or I think it was like 2 hours before we were supposed to get there. I was like, bitch, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's like, I'll be there in a few. And then time progressed. We made it basically.
We made it perfectly on time.
Yeah.
We had like an hour and a half to wait
Yeah.
at the airport. But no, guys, I suck. My thing with flying is I get so not flying, but with traveling is that I'm the type of guy who likes to book things right before. I can't wait
Yeah.
for months because I get so much anxiety. I get excited. I get scared. Like I don't like to wait. So
Yeah.
especially with packing to go on vacation, I love to pack literally an hour before I have to leave. I don't like to think about it until I have to go. That way it's like boom, 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 I'm there,
Yeah.
which probably I should change. But I fell asleep. I woke up at like 6:30 p.m. I had to be at Oscar's at 8 p.m. He was already an hour and a half away from me. So it's like, fuck. I didn't even have a maleta. I didn't have a suitcase. I had to drive 20 minutes to my friend, 20 minutes back to borrow a suitcase. Came home. I had to pack. I had to film a video. I had to get gas. Like so much shit that happened before
Yeah.
I had to get to you. But we got there. We got there right on time.
Yeah.
We got to the airport. We went to Ontario Airport, which is next to where Oscar
Yeah.
lives.
It's so nice over there.
It's
honestly.
really good. It's a really calm airport. There's no traffic. LA would have never been like that.
They definitely they threw away all of our stuff too.
How much? Yeah, that was
thing.
so annoying, guys. Literally, when we went through TSA, they threw away my skincare. They threw away my fucking curly hair product. They threw away my deodorant. I'm like, y'all want me to be ugly and stinky in Mexico? Like, y'all don't want me to get the Gucci guy.
Wait, can we talk about like how the metal detector?
What is going on with that?
Wait, that was so. I'm sorry.
Guys,
That's so funny.
every time I travel through every time I travel through TSA, the metal detector goes off on my dick. I don't know why. And I literally told one of Oscar's friends that like recently, and he was like, yo, man, you should have a conversation with your mom. I'm like, wait, what does this mean? Like, literally, I don't know if it's because my like airport sweats that I do always wear to the airport. Maybe they have a little metal like in the shoelace or in the lace or whatever. But every time I'm getting patted up by some 68-year-old George, like literally every time, and they're always like, do you want to be taken to the private screening? I'm like, you can do it here. But it's very like scoop pow, like, you know, because like I'm like every time I go to the TSA, I walk through and I hear beep, and I look behind and it's a big red circle, and I'm like, well, fuck me again, I'm about to get a happy ending. Like, no, like I'm like, this is so bad. It's literally been happening to me like forever. No, like actually, like I remember the first time it happened when I was like in high school, bitch, and then like that's like crazy. I don't know, because I used to travel a lot by myself, but I don't think I have anything metal.
I don't think I have a metal dick.
What would that even mean?
I don't know. I really
Because I'm thinking like, could like doctors put something metal in your like balls like when you're young? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Unless like you had circumcision and maybe some metal part fell.
Bitch, I have no fucking idea. Or maybe I just get my dick sucked by a robot. Wait, what? I don't know why I said that.
The robot right now is like, all right. Well.
I'm like, hey, that's not the future, honestly. I'm like, hire a robot escort.
Bitch, what the
A
hell?
robo escort. We should make that. Robo grinder. It's for like, okay,
Bitch
I don't know what I'm
for
saying.
robot.
Bitch, I'm being stupid. Okay, so we got on the flight. We literally, guys, we got there around like 11 p.m. Did our flight get delayed or no? No, it didn't. We just
No.
had it. Oh, we had a layover. Where was that? Texas?
No, I think it was like Phoenix.
No, that was.
Oh no, that was the one back.
I think it was
It was
Dallas,
Texas.
Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Dallas,
we had to go to Dallas, Texas for a layover, guys. We went there from like we got there like 4 in the morning, and our flight wasn't until like 7:30. So we had like the craziest surreal like overnight experience at the airport. Like we were eating like salmon fucking toast at like 6:30 in the morning. Like it was crazy, yeah. Like, you know, and like when we got there, that was the cool part though, because when we got to the airport, when we sat down and we're like, we're about to go to Mexico, like this flight is gonna take us to Mexico. We realized everyone in this like airport section is gonna be in Mexico with us. Like these are our Puerto Vallarta hoes for the weekend. Like, you know, we were like, oh my gosh, and like we were like just like we were like, are these our friends? Or like we were just trying to like make friends or whatever. And then we got into like a whole deep conversation. Like it was me, Oscar, and his cousin, because we were the first ones to get there. And like we had all these deep conversations, like everything like that. And usually when I'm at the airport, I'm high, or I like to get high before, but I didn't. And we didn't have anything to smoke.
We only did one margarita each.
Yeah,
it was one.
We each had one margarita each before our flight, which as we should. But that was like the.
It's a fruit fly.
That was like the bitch. It's a fruit fly juice. But that was the first time. So there we were like sober, just like confused, manic, like, like what are we doing at 7 a.m. Guys, we had a stizzy pod, but this is the thing. Before Mexico, I was like, I'm not going to bring any weed to Mexico just to see if I can go sober. But then Oscar's cousin was like, oh, I'm going to bring weed. And I was like, well, yes. Like, okay, period. Well, yes. She's like, how should I bring it? I was like, oh, bring in your big maleta. Like, just like take it out of the box, put it somewhere hidden with wires. You should be good. It's a stizzy. It's like a cart, you know? But guys, we didn't have that before when we were getting there. So we were like, all sober. We show up to Mexico. We do all of our custom stuff. And then as we're going through the luggage to get through, the shit goes off. And they're like, open your suitcase to Oscar's cousin. And she's like, oh, why? And then they literally pull out a stizzy box, brand new in the fucking box. The girl didn't even take it out of the box. Brand new on top of her tangas. With her... I'm kidding. The pink tangas. They pull it out and they're like, ¿Qué es esto? Like, what is this? And she's like, no, I know. She's like, no, did you punch me? I think he just punched me. I don't even know. I'm drunk. And they're like, what is this? And she's like, oh, nothing, not just, oh, senor, like, that's just like what I use to go to sleep. That's for my anxiety.
As it has a big ass weed label.
Like, is this weed? She's like, no. He picks it up. The most premium weed in all of America. Like, literally, it says it on the fucking cover. And they're like, this is weed. You have to go to detainment and figure it out. They're going to charge you money. And she's like, no, please. Like, I need to go to sleep. They're like, no. They said they were confiscating it to take it away. When we left, they were all like looking at it like they were fucking going to use it. Yeah. There's a bunch of young guys, you know? So we went to the little detainment area. We waited in line. And they charged her $100. They're like, either we're going to put a stamp on your record, on your passport to like never come back to Mexico, essentially, or we're going to give you $100 fine. Obviously, we're going to have to do that. But imagine the first day of Mexico when you have two weedaholics and they take away our stizzy and charge her $100. Yeah. We're like, oh, the trip is fucking over. Yeah. We're fucking done for. Yeah. Like, you know? But little did we know, everyone in Mexico sells weed. Literally everywhere. Everywhere you walk. Moto, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, mota.
And so, like, that wasn't a big thing.
It was so funny because literally people were on the, like, this strip just be like, weed. And then, like, they have the bag of weed. They're just like, hey.
And I'd be like, hey. And then I'd be like, weed. I'm like, hey. Like,
and me being the only one that doesn't smoke, I was in the corner. I was like, oh, okay.
No, yeah, it was so funny. But, yeah, so that happened. We literally almost got arrested right upon arrival in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, because everyone was telling us. So, in that moment, they were like, oh, you guys could have gotten arrested for that.
Yeah, a lot of people
because you guys can't transfer weed or something. And I was like, oh my god.
And when we posted it on TikTok, everyone's like, you guys are crazy, why would you do that? I'm like, we're just a girl. Like,
but it's also like we searched it up and there was many things saying that it was like you could take, and it was not
less than 8 grams. Yeah, like when I was in LA, I looked it up and it was like, yes, weed is recreational in Mexico up to 8 grams. When we got to Mexico and we almost got in trouble, I was like, no, look, I looked it up. Right when I look it up, it says there is absolutely no weed allowed in Mexico. I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I promise you it said 8 grams. Like, I don't know what I think it was like, I don't know the area, maybe change Safari. Like, I don't know. But that happened. We went outside. We got some money. Oscar was like, Pablo, we have to get the money at the airport. That's the best place to get it. That's the best place to get it. It's the cheapest place to get it. I'm like, okay, we get our money. Everyone on ticket.
Wait, no,
that's the worst place to get it.
I said we only have, I was telling you, I was like, we only have to take a certain amount out because we can't do like the whole, like, we have to have some money to have like while we go on the trip to like even get to Puerto. But I was
Well,
like,
I think we only took out like $150.
yeah,
Yeah, only $150.
only like 200.
Anyway, so we got a shot. We got in the Uber. We became friends with the Uber. We never saw him again though.
I know it's because we were gonna like we
barely
asked for
took
his number
Ubers.
because we were like, oh, like if we need an Uber, we'll order like from you. So then that we're like safe or whatever. But we were literally
In the
right
center.
of everything.
We didn't have to. Oh my god!
Like the gay clubs were right here, the straight clubs were right here,
Bitch,
the beach
we
was
were
right here.
on cloud 9.
Yeah.
Like I'm just remembering when like you were with like homeboy number 1 watching the fireworks kissing, and then I got mad at you, so I ran down to the like 7-Eleven down at the end of the street and got a buzz ball and like walked back up drunk. Like we were on our own shit. That fucking I don't know. Okay, anyways, but. Yeah, so we finally get to our Airbnb, which was it was literally 5 floors.
Yeah.
The craziest, biggest, largest, such a cool vibe in there. But apparently it was haunted.
You're not even lying. It was literally 5 floors.
It was exactly 5 floors. Oscar, there was 1 floor. Oscar was on the 2nd floor. So was Delai. Was that it? Me and Brandon were on the 3rd floor.
Yeah.
And then then there was the 4th floor of the terrace, and then the 5th floor of the pool.
Yeah.
So there's 5 floors. So it was like crazy. We also went with another friend. But anyways, let's not say.
Yeah.
So we got to the Airbnb, just us 3. We chilled, we vibed, we got ready, and then we went out into the town. That was so fun. The first day of Mexico was so much fun.
So much fun. Literally, guys, so we got there pretty early.
Wait, I'm going to get more wine or whatever.
I think it was like 11 in the morning, and it was like around that time. It was still very early. And we started off our day with taking a shot at the airport. It was so funny. We get there. We settle in. We're like, all right, guys, we have to start our day. We can't let this day go to waste. Even though we just got here, we have to like keep it going. You know, like start our day, go crazy.
Guys, we literally decided, like as we were going out to buy stuff that we needed, because they took away all of our like our hair products and all our skincare products and everything. So we went to a pharmacy to try to find stuff. That was supposed to just be a pharmacy run, but it turned into a blacking out run, you guys. Yeah. I had no idea that in Mexico everything was so cheap. Literally 2 margaritas for $4. 2 margaritas for $4. Do you guys know what that means? And LA, you'd get 2 margaritas for like $50.
Yeah, and they're not even like the cheap ones where you don't taste it. You taste it.
No, yeah, it's a full margarita with ice and like salt and everything. Like it's a full margarita. So we went to get some of our stuff, and we're like, oh, let's go walk on the strip. There's one bar, there's another bar, there's another bar. We started bar hopping. We started getting drinks. We started making friends with the owners and with everybody like that. We got drunk by literally 3 p.m. Drunk as fuck. Then we're in like the major part of the pueblo where there's a bunch of tienditas and there's a bunch of like liquor stores and everything. In Mexico, guys, they will give you a sample of every single type of liquor that you want as long as you buy something, as you should. So literally, we went to like 3 different liquor stores. We were trying to find one bottle that we wanted, so it really wasn't our fault that we like took so much free alcohol. Every place we went to gave us at least like 4 to 5 shots. The last one we went to where we finally bought the bottle gave us like 6 shots. We were so drunk, the 3 of us. Literally, we were still like in our tourist clothes. We didn't even know what the vibe of Mexico was at the time.
And it was like, I think the other liquor stores saw that because we had bought a bottle. The first store that we went to, they bought a bottle. But that same first store like gave us like 8 shots, literally like 8 shots. So we ended up buying a bottle from them. So at this point, we were just walking around with a bottle in our hand.
And we went to the bank with a bottle in our hand, drunk as fuck. I was taking pictures shirtless in the bank.
we were like no pictures. And
no, they were like no pictures, but the bitch wanted to fuck.
Yeah, like she was ready.
She was like, okay, like lindo. Like she knew what she was doing.
She's like, papi, no fotos.
No, yeah, like she's like, si no estás encima de mí. Like, like she just wanted it, and I live for her. Honestly, but it was so much fun. And then we kept walking around, and at that point, we had the last thing we had eaten collectively was when Oscar had or when Delai had a bagel at the airport at like 4 a.m. Like we ate nothing. We were drunk as fuck on nothing. So
because we were just like, we have to keep going. Like
we have to keep going. And this was like, was this Thursday or Friday? Friday. We got there Friday. So it was like all the restaurants were like about to start opening for the nighttime. So we went to Domino's. We're like, fuck it, let's go to Domino's. Brandon's about to get here. Like our friend that was there, like, well, like he'll come here. We'll go to Domino's. We'll go back to the house. We'll eat. We'll get ready, and we're fucking outside, which is what we did, guys. We went to the pool. We did truth or dare. We did drunk questions. We got so drunk in the pool. I missed that day because that's the day when you and Delai were so down to black out. Like Delai was only super down to black out the first night, and then also the night when you were like on the date. She was kind of drunk from like soju, but I love Delai drunk. That's his cousin. But we got really drunk and then we got ready and we went outside, guys. We were outside. We went on the town in Mexico the first night. Let's just say relationships turned into hatreds turned into love turns into, let's not say, like it was, we were Jersey Shore, bitch. Jersey Shore.
Come on, bros, you know, like
Yeah, like so craziest experiences ever. We went out, we kept drinking, we got $4 margaritas.
I
went down the whole
genuinely
coast.
that's the drunkest I've
Really
I've
fun.
ever been without blacking out.
It was so fun.
Well, I think I was about to black out, truthfully, because it's also like we had like I think we didn't eat that much. Like we ate our pizzas, obviously, but I think we were such in the vibe of like, let's go, we have to go, like
Yeah,
party,
we didn't
party.
really eat that much.
Yeah, like we were just like we have to go, we have to go. So we ate like 2-3 pieces each, or like maybe like I don't know. So in reality, like we barely had any food in our system.
Yeah.
And we went out. Guys, keep in mind, on top of like us having like the 11 to 12 shot or like 15 shots
From earlier.
from earlier, we still went out. We all got like a Four Loco or something, and we bought margaritas.
Went to
kept-
bars, got
went to
shots.
bars, went to bars, got shots.
Went to the gay part of
Yeah.
Puerto Vallarta.
went to the
like,
clubs and still bought more shots. So
we were
it's
having
like
so much fun.
yeah. At that point, we were all so drunk.
Oh, that was so fun.
So we went to the gay section first of all, which I called it the Mijo.
the
Because
mijo.
in Mexico.
That sounds a
whatever,
little racist.
Sorry, but we were like, I was telling them, I was like, oh, there's like the straight clubs. I mean, we should try them out because we're here. Like the straight clubs, but in reality, it's like
It's just the big boardwalk of Puerto Vallarta with the best, biggest packed clubs.
yeah,
Is the straight area, obviously, but then in the back was the gay club. So we went everywhere, which
Yeah.
was good. It was good that but the straight clubs there are so
Yeah.
fun.
and I feel like it's not even like straight because in reality, it's like
It's
Puerto
not
Vallarta is
straight.
like the whole gay. Scene.
Yeah, it's not straight.
There were
it's
so
just
many
like,
gay guys just walking around holding hands.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like I genuinely think Puerto Vallarta is just gay.
yeah,
I'm like-
no, honestly, because we went to the beaches, there was a bunch of gay guys in the
Yeah.
water naked. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that.
And then as we're walking to the clubs, we were like, we're all tripping, we're all falling, we're all like, like we were so drunk. Then we passed by this taco spot. Oh, best fucking
tacos ever, guys.
ever.
We were right next to the Centro, which was like, if you guys know, it's right in front of the big church in Puerto Vallarta where all the food stands are, especially on the weekend. So when we were super drunk, guys, we literally had been drunk earlier, walking, dancing, vibing, jumping, screaming, kissing, laughing, like having the best time of our lives. And then we see food, we're like, oh my gosh, like that's like the moment we all like connected and we're like, this is our Puerto Vallarta. This is it, bitch. And was that when we were wearing bias free shots?
Yeah,
we
it
had
was.
Oscar got his t-shirts that said it's our birthdays, get buy us a shot. So then we went to the clubs after, which one of them is called La Vaquita, one of them is called Industry. Okay, the phone died, but we were saying that there were so many fun clubs around, and I feel like I was on just like some kick in Mexico where like, bitch, my shirt was off everywhere. I was on every single pole of every single fucking club. You know, I was obsessed with the poles. I was obsessed with the stages. There was like all these videos that everyone has from different POVs of me
in a cage.
I was on a cage, like on top of a stripper pole, all the way at the top, like swinging down with my shirt off with a mariachi hat. Like, bitch, like
we went to a DJ stage, like the DJ brought us up.
it was, yeah, literally.
This is what we didn't tell Pablo, but the DJ, I was looking at him, I was like, can we go up? And he was like, yeah, come over here. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, like we were the it girls. And then even like at one club, this fan came up to me and was like, Pablo, I love your I'm like, where? We're literally in Mexico. Like
That
it was so crazy. And it's like a big
he was
fan.
like,
yeah.
Oscar? And I was like,
And I know that fan, like I've
Wow.
seen him before in my lives. He's bought necklaces for me. Like he's a big fan.
yeah.
So it was really cool that he was in Mexico. But yeah, so we had so much fun the first night. Crazy fun.
That was just the
Crazy
first,
fun.
that was literally just the first night.
And then we got home super drunk, all fell asleep, woke up the next morning, round 2. But the second day, Oscar woke up hella fucking sick.
With no voice.
No voice. He was like sick, like fever type shit. Like he wouldn't even talk to us. He disappeared for the entire day. Like I can't believe that happened.
I literally don't know what happened, guys, and I genuinely think it's some have to do with some like, brujeria or something because
yeah.
that night me and Pablo started talking like in my room until like 4 a.m. and I was fine. Like I was speaking fine. I was literally like, like chit chat. I was ready to go out too. I was telling Pablo, I was like, I might step out more.
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh my god, if you do, like let me know so we can go out. And I was like, okay, yeah. We ended up going out, but I woke up and my voice was gone. And I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
Because something similar had happened to me like this like few weeks prior, but it got resolved. Like I was fine. And I was like, there's no fucking way. So I was trying to like hide it because I was like, okay, I can fix this. But in reality, it was like it kept getting worse. I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't speak. And I'm like, the only way I'm gonna be able to like experience rest of Mexico is if I really just rest, load up on medicine, and do everything like that day. So I did. I literally stayed home majority of the night.
No, he literally stayed home like the entire day. Like he didn't even want to tell us that he was like feeling sick because he like knew it was gonna freak us all out or whatever. But yeah, that day you did kind of stay in the full day. Really, you slept a lot. And what I did, honestly, I woke up in the morning. I went around the town. Got some groceries with my friend for everyone so we can make breakfast. And then we all had a plan. From days before it that we were going to go to this crazy pool party, have fun, go crazy. And I was excited for it. But when Oscar wasn't waking up and it was already 2 p.m., I'm like, are we even going? I'm healing. I want to have fun, you know? And we're all kind of waiting around on Oscar. We don't know what's going to happen. Oscar was like, guys, just go without me. I'm going to stay here. So me and the 2 other people, a girl and a guy, we were going to go to this pool party that was clothing optional, which is very normal in Mexico. Very normal, especially like literally every gay club. It's
normalize it.
Clothing optional. Cool. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I knew I didn't want to obviously go fucking swing that thing around, but I knew that I wanted a tan. I could put on my Speedo. I could get it down.
With a Speedo, bitch.
You know, like I could get down.
Yeah,
like I was like, okay, like so. The 3 of us were like, okay, are we gonna go to this or are we not gonna go to this? What's gonna happen? The girl, Delay, his cousin, was like, she was down. She's like, yeah, I'll go. Like our other friend, yeah, I'll go. But then we looked it up online and it said guys only.
Yeah.
So we're like, fuck. So like, what are we about to do? So then your cousin Delay, she was like, I don't really want to go out, guys. Like I'm hungover. I'd rather rest a little bit and then go out later. She falls asleep. Yeah. It's like 2:33 p.m. I'm like, okay, I'm drunk as fuck because earlier that day when we went on the grocery run, me and like the other guy had also taken a bunch of shots going around. Like, you know how Mexico it is. So we're like, okay. So then he's also like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna take a nap. He takes a nap. I'm like, oh my gosh, like should I go to this party by myself? Yeah. Is this fucking play about us? Like I know that's crazy. I know that's stupid. I know that's manic. I know it's dumb. But I was like, under my impression, I'm like, this is a very popular pool party in Mexico. I want to go. Yeah. I'm not trying to be naked, but I want to go to this party. It sounds like a vibe, you know? So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to take a couple more cocktails. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to go to the pool. I'm going to go live. And if I feel like in an hour I want to go, I'm going to go. Yeah. So in an hour, I'm like, I'm going to go. My life convinces me it's a good idea to fucking go. So here I am thinking, I'm about to take an Uber by myself to go to this event. A little bit drunkies. Is that fucking stupid? Well, yes, it is fucking stupid. So I call my friend Jody. I'm like, Jody, should I do it? He's like, Pablo, please be safe. I'm like, I can't go by myself. At this point, I hear like our friend who was there, our other friend, he starts to wake up. And he's like, Pablo, where are you going? Pablo, where are you going? I'm like, oh, I'm going to go to the party. I was just joking. I didn't know if I was actually going. He's like, oh, I want to go. And I'm like, okay, period. Let's go then. If we're both going to go, let's go. You know? And we both knew we're going to be in our shorts. We just want the vibe, guys. Yeah. Fuck it. We're young. Fuck it. So we take an Uber to the hills of Puerto Vallarta. Literally, bitch, we went in the canyons of Puerto. Like, it was all the way up. We went around 4 p.m.
I wanted to go so bad.
I know. We went around like 4 p.m. We go up these hills. We get to the place, and we walk in. Bitch, they didn't even charge us because they wanted us in there so bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're like, just go inside. We walk inside. As we walk in, we realize, oh my gosh, like this is crazy, bitch. Yeah. It was basically what it was a huge pool, a huge yard, a huge bar overlooking the mountains of Puerto with the sun coming down, and half of the guys butt naked and half of the guys like in their Speedos. Yeah. Nobody was like doing anything inappropriate or anything, but I knew damn well I wasn't going to get in that pool because that was terrifying. So I was like, good thing we don't have to pay, whatever. So we go in, we get to the bar. They gave us a free birthday shot, which was really nice. Like they really wanted us there, bitch. They gave us a free birthday shot. We sit down. They give us our own table, which you usually have to pay for. And we just got margaritas. It was just us two. We were vibing. We were live. We were FaceTiming friends. It was so much fun. But then, you guys, is when we started seeing some people eyeing us and everything, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, if you don't have your pants on, I'm not going up to you. I'm so sorry. Like, that's just not my vibe right now. Yeah. And, but there was this group of guys that were kind of younger. They were all clothed. except for one of them, but they were all clothed and they were smoking weed. I haven't smoked weed in days at this point, bitch.
Yeah.
I need to get high. They took our stizzy. So I'm like, I'm about to fucking go up to those people and ask them to rip their fucking weed. And I also had a straw, which is like my favorite thing to do, like put the joint inside of a straw so I can smoke it without like touching, whatever. So, I go up to them.
Getting high right now.
No, I know. So I go up to them. I ask them. They're like, yeah. I start telling them about the story about us getting our stizzy taken away. They're like, bro, that's so stupid. Why would you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Anyways, I leave from them. And at this point, I'm crossed. 2 minutes later, I hear the MC who gave us the free shot at this club, outdoor club, during the broad daylight, go, hey, you guys, we're having a competition right now. We're having a competition. Who wants free shots for them and their friends? And I'm like, me! Like, like me! Like, being stupid in my little, like, I'm like in my shorts, like, me! And they're like, okay, perfect. Yeah, you. I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, wait, I need a shot before, though. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. I'll get you a shot. I was like, okay, what is it for? I'm thinking it's karaoke. I'm thinking it's a push-up contest. Yeah. I'm thinking it's anything else but what it was. So 1 minute later, without any time to get a shot or anything, I hear, all right, guys, the first contestant is that little Colombian boy with the curly hair. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what? Yeah. And I was like, no, I need a shot first. He's like, no, come up, it's easy. Our friend that we came with, who I went with, was like pushing me out. Like, the reason why, guys, I'm saying my friend is because that's not my friend anymore. It's like it's not my friend, but I'm just saying my friend, but I would say their name. I don't know, it's fine. But no, it's not bad. No bad, but no, I'm just not friends. So I stopped. So they're pushing me out. They're like, Pablo, go. It's going to be so funny. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, it'll be funny. At this point, I'm the last one on stage because I was like, no, I don't want to go. I had my phone. I'm like, no. I went on stage with my phone. Yeah. I'm with these little shorts. I go up on the stage. And at this point, I realize that there's 2 other contestants with me. Yeah. One of them is the scary looking old man. Yeah. That no tea, no shade, but let's be for real. Yeah. And then another one was a butt naked, like 30-year-old guy. Yeah. Like butt naked. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm on stage. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Yeah. So I'm literally texting our friend, being like, get me off the stage right now, get me off. And he's texting me being like, show your pubes. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, no, get me off. He's like, oh, if you're doing a competition on who's more hotter, like, don't be shy, show your pubes. I'm like, nobody's doing that. Yeah. So, but keep in mind, guys, nobody could record in there or anything like that. So it was like that vibe, but I was like, no. So I'm on stage, and the MC is like, all right, guys, who's ready to hear the competition? And we're standing in front of an entire pool of half-naked men. And it was just too much. Yeah. And then everyone's like, woo, clapping, like pointing at me. I'm like, like so awkward. And they're like, all right, guys, the competition starts with these 3 go-go dancers. And then 3 go-go dancers in the tiniest thong Speedos walk up on stage with mariachi hats. Keep in mind, one of the go-go dancers, super hot. The other go-go dancer, a little questionable. The third go-go dancer, a 300-pound bear with hair all over his body, wearing a little tanguita, who was sweating. Which we live, we love, we stand. Yeah. Not me, not in the moment. Yeah. Let's not say. So
they got all the bear.
So I'm like, okay, what do we have to do with these go-go dancers? And they said, in the order that everybody came on stage, pick your go-go dancer. Bitch, I was the last one on stage. Bitch. So I'm like, fuck. So I get left with the big go-go dancer, man.
Dude, that is so sad. The bear probably felt sad.
No, I mean, he was so nice. I fuck with him, but like, it was his job. But like, no, but he was like sweating, and it was not my vibe. And there was a hot one. I'm like, why not? Like, you know. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So he comes up to me and he's like, vamos a ganar esto. Like, we're gonna win this thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He puts the mariachi hat on me, and here I am, this little like twunk on stage with these little like booty shorts. Like, you know, and then they're like, all right, guys, the competition is to dance with your go-go dancer. Whoever wins gets free shots. And go. The little naked guy who was on stage is like rubbing on his go-go dancer. The other older questionable man is like twerking on his go-go dancer. I'm just like, hey, like, you know, like trying to be so. I'm like looking at my friend, like, get me off stage, get me off, and he's like laughing, he's recording. I'm like, fuck you, like, you're recording me on stage right now, like, fuck you, and I'm like drunk. So and then I'm like dancing, just going woo woo woo, and then guys, literally, this is when everything went wrong. The go-go dancer picks me up out of nowhere, starts spinning me in circles, like 10 really fast circles, like, woo! And I'm literally like, stop, stop, stop. And he's like throwing me up as he's like, I'm like, stop, stop. I'm literally like, everybody could tell. I wasn't being like pick me, like, stop. But I was like, no, like, you know, everybody knew. Then he like picks me up, turns me on the floor, like to try to like fake like do the worm on me, but I'm like, bitch, unless you want me plastered onto the fucking like, let's be so like, no, bitch, you're not about to grind on me, like to do the worm on me, like no. So I just see this man like, going to do the worm on me, and I'm laying on the floor as everyone's watching, and I immediately like spin around, and I'm like, no, 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 and then the competition's done, and then they're like, all right, guys, everybody clap for your favorite dancers. Bitch, tell me why I had like the loudest clap still. Bitches were begging for me there.
Yeah, they wanted you to get squished.
Literally. So I got second place. I ended up getting a shot. My friend was laughing. He thought it was funny. Everyone else thought it was funny. We made some friends who weren't like freaks there.
Yeah.
And, like they thought it was funny. And I was like, okay, like this is funny. Yeah. Like this is funny. So yeah, like that happened. And that was really awkward.
I was so annoyed because I woke up and I saw that they were still there. I saw Paul's location was still there. So I was like, okay, low-key, let me do some investigative research. And maybe I can pull myself together. No, because I know that I was going to want to go out later on tonight.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling 100%, so I was like, let me just rest a little bit more, and then I'll, like...
Yeah. Honestly, like, it was really funny for the experience. Like, I was on stage in front of all these people in a pool with a mariachi hat, booty shorts. Like, then it was big bear throwing me around. Yeah. When I say booty shorts, this is that shorts on, and I just felt, like, so exposed up there. I was like, I don't know. But, yeah, so that was the really funny naked club story. I honestly, like, I mean, I don't regret it. Like, it was... Oh, my gosh, but... what was happening is like when I was walking around to like the bathroom or something, somebody was like, have you seen the fairy garden? And I was like, fairy garden? Bitch? And I was like, no, what is that? And they're like, nothing. I'm like, okay. We get back to our seats. Someone's like, oh, did you guys go hear about the garden? I'm like, no, what's in the garden? That's where everyone fucks. Like in the garden. I didn't see it, but there was a garden there.
Bitch? It's all like an enchanted forest.
Yeah, like really fuck. Fairy garden. So I kind of like, we walked by to like get out. You like cast a spell, you come to the fairy garden. No, I'm there. They literally were like, they were like, okay. I was like, no. And then like when we were leaving, we walked by and I like peeked, and then like our friend was like, bitch, get the fuck out of there. And I was like, I'm not. Like, I was just like, what's going on? Yeah. Like, love the narrative, like the confusion, you know?
Yeah, like mysterious.
It was just like really funny. We got back home. Oscar was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And it was like this whole moment. That night we went out, we had fun. The next day we went out, we had fun. We made memories. We bought souvenirs. We went to the beach.
Yeah. The third day was crazy though, because I woke up fine.
Yeah.
I woke up talking again. Like yeah. It's like fucking, what's that one movie where they take their voice? The cartoon, isn't it Ariel? My Little Mermaid.
Oh, the Little Mermaid where they took his voice.
Yeah,
it was like they took his voice. I'm like, the bitch can't sing. No,
yeah, and then the next day I was like walking around ready to get blackout drunk again. And I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, no, literally. But honestly, thank God. And I was kind of confused because when we got to the Airbnb, people were telling me on my TikTok like, this Airbnb's haunted. This Airbnb's haunted. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? But then Oscar got sick. I like sliced the fuck out of my finger. His cousin got super hungover. Our other friend was like being all types of crazy throughout the trip. Like, it was crazy, honestly. Yeah. So I could see that there was some, like, not bad energy, but some kind of energy in there. Like, yeah. I don't know what it was.
Because it made me feel like a certain way, too. I don't know.
Yeah, it was, yeah, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it was, like, almost like we weren't
like, I feel like I answered, and I was like...
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what else do we have to talk about? Oh, we have to talk about the banana boat. Okay, you guys, we're back. We literally had to take, like, a 20-minute intermission because our friend came over. We had to change the lighting, but we're back.
And we had to charge a little bit because we didn't charge enough.
No, we didn't charge enough. Yeah. But guys, we need to tell you guys about the banana boat experience because we've been getting into all the nits and grits of Mexico. But this banana boat experience was probably the first experience that made us want to like kill each other.
And it's also like what shifted the whole energy.
No, it literally shifted the whole energy, guys, of the trip. Like Poseidon put some shit in that fucking ocean because we were done for after that. Like nobody wanted to talk to each other. It's actually so bad. Okay, so this was the third day, and there was another pool party that was going on. This one, clothing was required. So we were like, okay, we can all go.
Yeah.
It was guys and girls. Also, guys, I did smoke a joint within this intermission, so I'm at like a different place in my life. But we take an Uber to this hotel club that's right next to the beach. When we get there, they tell us it's like, I think it was like $36, like USD.
Yeah.
Like it was pretty expensive. And we were like, should we do this right now?
Yeah.
But we heard the music buzzing. We heard like everyone having so much fun. It was literally a pool right next to the beach. There was like chairs. We're like, oh, we need to do this. Like this is something we're going to do. So we're like, okay, yeah, we'll pay $36. The woman at the front was like, oh, don't worry about it. Like we'll just give you guys a wristband and you guys can pay at the end. bitch, you're literally basically telling like a burglar that everything is free. Like, what do you mean?
You're right next to the beach.
Yeah, we were right next to the beach, so we're like, oh, okay.
Let's just go swimming and diving.
Yeah, and like I was really confused when she said that, but I was like, oh, because we were literally all about to pay. So she gives us the little wristbands. We walk into this club, which was one of the coolest clubs, I think. Like, it was cool. I regret leaving as early as we did, but it was such a cool club because it was right on the beach. So many different like villas. Like there was a bar right on the pool. Like you don't even have to pay in the moment. You could just like swipe your little wristband. Yeah. Like it was iconic, you know? So we all got ready. We got in the pool. Oscar had on his shirt again. That was, it's my birthday, buy me a shot.
Well, yes.
He was begging the whole trip, guys, for a free shot.
I'm like, honestly, whatever makes us get me a free shot.
Wait, no, but that was also the day after you like were dead. So I think you wanted to like catch up and do your biggest one.
Yeah, because I literally missed out on a whole entire day of like Puerto Vallarta. So I was like, I had to make up for it the next day, and I did.
And he did. So me and Oscar, we were the first ones like in the pool. We got we got a margarita. We started getting a little drunkies. We drank before. It was a vibe. But guys, when we placed our stuff at the chairs, which is where we were gonna like stay for the day, some man came up to us and his name was Coco.
Coco, I love Coco.
You love Coco, bitch. You loved Coco a little too much.
No, Coco had his Coco.
Oh, Coco was Coco. Like it was iconic. But anyways, Coco came up to us, which was like a Tarzan looking ass like Latino like goddess. And he's like,
he literally, I swear, he swung from a vine.
Like, he was perfect. I'm kidding. But he literally like came up to us and he's like, "Hey guys, what's up? What's up?" Like super cool. Like, "What's up, guys?" Like he's like, "Yo guys, check it out. I got a banana boat for you guys. Only $20 a person." And I was like, "Oh wow." Yeah. And I had knew that another banana boat place was gonna give it for $15. So I think I told him, I'm like, $18 a person, like trying to bargain with him. And he's like, I don't know. I bargained with him. He's like, "Okay, fine. I'll be back in 30 to 40 minutes. But one thing, just don't leave. Don't go to the pool. Don't anything." And we're like, "Oh yeah, no." Because I don't know. Like I didn't.
Yeah, we need to talk about the whole bargaining of Mexico. But
yeah, like
we bargained was everywhere. Like we bargained for tequila. We bargained for food. We bargained for, and it always works.
Yeah.
Like our bargaining skills were on point.
Wait, what do you think was the biggest thing you bargained for in Mexico?
The tequila bottle that we bought.
Yeah, because it was like $90. We got it for like $60, $50 plus like 10 free shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh,
we were bargaining very well.
Yeah, especially well.
And then for our food, that where they tried scamming us and raising our prices.
Oh like, yeah, every single restaurant we went to, they would like add a couple dollars or add a couple this or that, and we'd be like, "What is that?"
Yeah,
that was weird, bitch. Literally, when we went to get mimosas before this, Oscar was trying to bargain with the man at the 7-Eleven gas station. Like, bitch, this isn't Mexico. Like,
I'm so used to happiness and joy.
Bitch, you're crazy. Anyways, so I bargained with the man about the banana boat. He's like, "Yeah, guys, one thing, don't go to the pool." I'm assuming because people get lost at the pool. Yeah. So this was like before we had checked it out. We're like, "Yeah, no worries." He leaves. The first thing we do is go to the pool. And we were stuck at the pool. We didn't want to leave. We had a mimosa. We had a margarita. Like we were going around talking to people. There was no way we were going to get out of there, you know?
It was like you can't resist the pool. The pool was like blasting really good music.
No, it was like heaven,
everyone
guys,
was there.
Literally.
It's like people were partying. Like it was a club inside of the pool.
Yeah, it was so much fun. So then we were there. We're having fun. 30 to 40 minutes later, I hear Delay being like, "Fuck, Pablo, Coco." And I'm like, "What? Where?" "Oscar, Pablo, look the other way. Look the other way. Coco, Coco." I'm like, "Where the fuck is Coco?" I look behind me. "Coco, come back, come back." Like yelling at us to come back. We're like, "Oh my gosh, this is what he meant by not going to the pool." Yeah. And we're like, "Oh my gosh, we don't really want to do the banana boating anymore. You know, we weren't really into it anymore." The man literally got our attention, came to the pool, made us essentially get out. So we were like, fuck it. I also offered to pay for everyone because I was like, "Okay, I'll pay for everyone. You know, like we'll just do it." Like this is something I wanted to do the full trip was banana boat. Yeah. So guys, we're drunk. I'm excited as fuck for this. This is something I used to do with my grandpappy when I was younger. No, I'm kidding. Like this is literally
your grandpappy that went to war.
Bitch, don't even play with my grandpappy. But like this is something that I literally have loved to do my entire life. I thought all the other bitches were on board. So literally, the banana boat was right at the front of all these people in front of our chairs. We get on this boat. It was okay. Well, keep in mind, there was a man there, the friend who we were talking about earlier. He's the tallest on the trip. He's giving 6'5". Tell me why I convinced him that the tallest person had to go in the front so that he could like block all of the water that was gonna come on her face. Bitch, but like I knew damn well he was supposed to be on the back. So it was like I should have swapped. Yeah, we all should have like. Well, no, you honestly had the best position, bitch.
No, but they said that if you're the furthest in the back,
who's they? Reddit? Did you look it up after?
Yeah, I did. It was like Google, but they did say that the person in the back does get the heavy like end of like the swishes and everything.
Oh, I didn't realize
it's like you're literally at the end. You're literally like the.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, so we get.
You laughing
I'm sorry. So we get on the banana boat. Literally, guys, I cannot even kid you not. Within 2 minutes of this banana boat, I start hearing, "Stop! Stop! Stop the boat! Stop!" From behind me. I'm looking at Oscar. I'm thinking, "Oh, the bitch is joking. There's no way he's. There's no. We haven't even left. We're still fucking foot deep in this ocean right now." I was like, "Stop! Pare! Pare!" That's when I immediately realized the girl, Oscar. I keep saying girl. I'm sorry. She was the only girl on the trip. Oscar's cousin in front of us, Delay. She looks at Oscar and then she starts being like, "Pare, pare, senor, pare, stop, stop." And I'm thinking, you guys, I just paid for all of us to get on this fucking boat. You guys are gonna stay on this fucking boat. Yeah. And they're like, "Stop!" They're screaming it. But guys, we were at this point like a couple minutes in. The guy's like 30 feet in front of us on his little boat. Yeah. He can't hear shit. And then Oscar's telling me, "Pablo, bitch, scream stop, scream stop." And I'm thinking, oh my God, I don't want to do that right now. And then he's like, "Brennan, scream stop." 2 minutes later, we're all screaming, "Stop, stop." We haven't even fucking fallen off the boat yet. We haven't even done anything. Yeah. And then Oscar's just going off. As Oscar keeps yelling, "Stop, stop," I look back and I see that Oscar's pants are falling off.
Wait, no, listen, there's so much. You just skip the whole section.
Like, I didn't think we were going to talk about this. Wait, what was the section?
Like the whole, guys, I kid you not, we were in the middle of the ocean. Like, I couldn't see the fucking shore. Like, if I fell, what do I swim to? I'm like, and it's not like the waves were like relaxed.
They were big.
They were big.
Because they told us right before, they were like, "Oh, make sure you go before this time because the waves get too big." And we went like right on the cutoff.
Yeah, and the waves were on like small. They were like, it's like Hurricane Katrina, basically. And we were in the middle of the ocean.
Wait, what was I saying during all of it?
You're like, Oscar, like, oh my God, like let's have fun. Like, it's fun.
No, but what was I saying about the environment?
Oh, he like goes, I forgot what you're saying.
I was like, because Oscar was like screaming. I was like, "Guys, it's so pretty."
Oh yeah, I was yelling at him. Pablo yelling. He's like, "Guys, it's just so pretty." And I was like, "Oh my God!"
Like, it was gorgeous. We were in the middle of the ocean with the beautiful like backdrop of Puerto and the mountains.
Pretty. I gotta admit, the view was so pretty. But as I'm literally begging for like
sitting, like if we were just bouncing. Oscar loves to bounce on the fucking bed, but he can't bounce on a banana boat.
You're so I hate you. Like, actually.
No, but like. I know, for me, like, I don't know. But
I swear, guys, the feeling was like I was flying off the boat. And I did. And I flew off the boat.
No. Well, like, it started getting a little faster because he wasn't stopping. But at this point, we were all yelling stop, but he wasn't listening.
I think he heard it was faster. Or like, rápido.
I don't know what he thought exactly because I think what he thought was like he's used to people saying stop, but like they don't mean it. It's just like what. So I don't know what happened, but we started going a little faster. We do a little turn. Nobody falls off. But I see Oscar's pants are falling off. I see his bare ass. I'm like, oh my gosh.
No, because I fell off.
You didn't fall, but you were still holding on.
I was holding on, but
like then Oscar was about to fall off, so I was like, "Okay, Oscar, I'm gonna fall off first, so we can fall off together."
Yeah,
because I was like, "Let's be a good friend." So I was like, 3, 2, 1. We both fell off, and then Oscar had to like pull back up his pants. And Oscar was like, we were in the middle of the ocean. The guy left us. We were like freaking out. He comes back, and that's when Oscar's like, "No, bitch, I'm done." The guy hears us. We're done. He brings us to the front of the fucking ocean. Oh my gosh! Wait, how are you feeling at this point?
With like everything?
Like, because it was literally probably like 8 minutes in, and then he dropped us off back to go drop off Oscar and Delay.
Yeah, I feel like at that point I was feeling relieved because I'm like, okay, we're finally coming back.
Yeah,
but I was like, I don't know if it's because like I was a little bit drunk that made my feelings like amplified because I've done the banana boat before and it was perfectly fine. But I think in that moment I was just scared because I was just like, we were like so far away from home. It's like in the middle of the ocean too. So like if something and Mexico they don't give a fuck if you die. It's like let's be fucking throw like let's just hide it up or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, if I know how to swim. I was in swim like all of high school with water polo too.
Oh, let's not say.
But the waves were scary as fuck, and I was like, okay, maybe I'm like, you know. Yeah. But there's also like the life fell off. She hasn't swam in so long. It's like now I was scared of her because it's like she's my cousin. And like obviously I don't want her to like something bad to happen to her. So like in my head, all these things are going through. And then finally, once the guy understood that we were trying to get out, and we finally went, I was like, okay, cool. Like, Pablo and like the other person is gonna go, like, keep going on the banana boat. Like, I'll just jump off and we'll swim. And we swim. And then I was just so like, my anxiety was through the roof.
Yeah, like, but they were like mad at us when we got back. Like they didn't.
I wasn't mad. I was because I kind of understand where they were coming from. My cousin was a little bit mad because I don't know, like. That's her thing, but I was just more.
Wait, did she say she was mad?
Yeah.
Like when we got off, was she like, "I'm mad"?
She was like, "I just don't understand. Like we were chilling, like we were scared." I was like, "Bitch," but it's also like they were having fun and they paid for it. Like you know, like. But she's like, "I understand where you're coming from, but it's like whatever." But
I felt so bad.
Our anxiety was like, well, my anxiety was through the roof. That it's the point where I had to go like, we had to leave. Me and my cousin had to leave because I was literally about to pass out, and I had to go get like a Pedialyte. I think my like blood sugar or whatever like
Yeah.
rate was raised or something.
Yeah, he was like really anxious and like understandably so. So when they dropped us off or when they dropped them off on the banana boat, I was like, oh, like, can you bring us a little bit more, please?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you guys are done. I was like, no, please. Like, they want to get off, but we paid for a certain time. Please. They're like, no, please. Yes. We go back out into the ocean, just me and the other guy. And we're like going on the banana boat. And he throws us off the banana boat really far out in the ocean. And I guess he was like super mad at us that he just left us in the ocean, like left us there, and we had to swim all the way back, which was really scary, but we were drunk, so I guess we didn't care. But that was scary. Like, he literally dropped us off in the ocean and left us and just went back to the starting point because he was so annoyed with us. So we went all the way back. Coco was like, hey Pablo, where's your life vest? How was it? I was like, fuck you, Coco, fuck that man. And then it was a whole problem. He's like, are you for real? Because I'll handle it right now. I was like, yeah, I'm fucking for real. So then he went to go handle it. And then this is when we actually almost got arrested for the second time with Mexico.
Yeah.
This was like the real time we got arrested.
Yeah.
Or almost got arrested.
Yeah.
Well, what happened again? I forget.
So we all group up. We're like,
let's tell
talking.
the truth about what happened.
Yeah, let's tell the truth.
Okay.
So at this point, we were like, we all group up. We're talking. We talk about the whole experience. I'm like, I told them, I was like, guys, I'm not like, man, I honestly just like my anxiety is just through the roof a little bit. I'm like, I'm just have to like relax a little bit. You know, like let me just settle down. And at this point, I was like feeling lightheaded, and I told the lion, I was like, bitch, I need to get like Pedialyte or something. I'm like, but we need to go quick, like truthfully. And then I was thinking, I was like, well, bitch, like, why do we have to like pave? Like, people are just walking in and out of the beach.
Yeah.
That's the same part of the club.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this seems like a little stupid. And it's like, well, let's be fucking for real. I'm like,
Yeah.
if people are walking in and out of the beach, and like people from the other like beach clubs are coming to this one, just entering.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, if they can get in for free, then how come we can't?
Yeah, no, literally, exactly.
Like,
it was just literally just like a public beach, but the pool was behind it. So it was like, wait, we're literally on the beach at this point.
Exactly.
Like, we could just leave.
Exactly.
Which isn't obviously smart, but we did think that, you know?
Yeah. But it's like, if people are coming in for free like from other beach clubs, it's like, okay, well, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, so at that point, we were just like, okay, let's just go. Like, we'll leave like in section or like in different like you leave and then I'll leave right after.
Yeah, like we were like, okay, so I was like, okay, Oscar and July, you guys grab your stuff, you guys go. Then I'll go grab my stuff, and then Brandon will grab his stuff, and then go, whatever. And then like we'll all go out. And that was like our plan to do it. So that's what we did. But then Oscar and July, they grabbed their stuff, they went out, cool. Then I noticed that our friend, he was already gone. Like, he had already went with you guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to grab everything that is left here. I don't really care. I feel confident with it. There's nobody here. We're at a public beach club. There's a lot of people. I wasn't sure if somebody was going to see us walking away. The thing is, we did have a mimosa or two, like, or a margarita or two underneath our tabs, which was like kind of fucked up. But like, we like did it. I don't know. So then I grabbed my stuff. I grabbed my stuff, and then I grabbed the other guy's stuff. And I grab it and I walk out of the beach. We're good. We're all out of the club. We're all together. We're all good. But then our friend was like, oh my gosh, Pablo, where are my shorts? And I was like, what do you mean your shorts? And he was like, oh, my shorts. I need my shorts. I need to go get them. I'm going to go get them. The guy goes back to go get his shorts. Keep in mind, I'm under the impression that these are $6 Sheen ass shorts. Why the fuck are you going back to get your shorts? You know what I mean? But I mean, to each their own, and I obviously understood it was a shorts. So he walks back. I see him walking back. We're all sitting on the other beach. We're all talking, we're all kicking. This is when you and your cousin needed to leave because you were feeling really nauseous. You were feeling sick. You needed to go get something, Pedialyte or something. I was like, okay, I'll wait here for everybody. I'll wait here. So I'm waiting. 30 minutes goes by. Our friend doesn't come back. 40 minutes. Our friend doesn't come back. We realize that his phone is with you guys. Yeah. Because he left it with you to go get his shorts, and I have my phone and I'm waiting and I can't see him anywhere. I'm like, he's not there. Yeah. So I'm like, what actually happened? What's going on? I'm waiting. Oscar and Delay get a call on his phone from him with instructions from allegedly the police department of Mexico that if we all don't come back to get our friend, pay our dues plus extra, then
they will find us.
They'll find us.
They say they have
arrest us. And that, what did they say?
They were like, we'll find you and arrest you, and we'll find.
No, but what did they say about all the hotels and shit?
Oh, yeah, that they have, like, they're all the hotels are connected.
Yeah, like that they told all the hotels and that they're all looking for us. Yeah. They gave us the description, they're all looking for us. And we're like, oh my gosh, here we are, 4 young people in Mexico getting threatened for the second time to get arrested. Yeah. Our friend is allegedly in detainment needing to get fucking $10,000 or some shit to get out. But like, it just felt like we need, like, I was like, oh my gosh. So then I get a call from Oscar and Delay, and they're like, Pablo, we have to go back, bitch. they have him, like they're gonna get us in trouble. We have to go back. They told us that if we don't come back, they're gonna find us. And we're like, oh my gosh, like this can't happen. So I start walking back to the hotel. I'm a little bit far at this point. They start walking back on their own. We all get back, and apparently, what happened? I got back like 2 minutes later or 5 minutes later.
So what I understood from this. Well, this is what happened. So in that earlier, a friend that we had, he had cut his leg open, and like that leg kept getting scraped open and open throughout the entire trip.
Yeah,
and it kept getting worse. You can see how bad it was.
Yeah,
and once like my friend was detained, he tells the people, he's like, they only left because they went to go buy bandages for me because after we got dropped from the banana boat, I scraped it open again.
Yeah, which was a good excuse.
It was like, it literally saved us from us getting detained. So I mean, whatever it is, it's like that's the truth. And they were like, okay, it's fine, like we understand, but they need to come back. They need to come back still and pay what it is. And we were like, fuck. And then that's what they told us that's what our friend told us like through the phone. Was like, yeah, you guys have to come back. They're not mad. You guys have to like come, like all of you guys. And I was like, oh fuck, like this is so like awkward. So then at that point we were still at the liquor store, so we are like, okay, let's make this believable and let's buy bandages, like let's make this believe like we actually did separate to buy bandages. Yeah. So we did. Keep on, I'm like dying as fuck, and then we pull up, we pay for the fees, but we literally had to pay double the amount, like the in total amount, because they were like a leaving fee or something, and they were like, they didn't believe us completely. So it's like this whole thing. I understand respectfully, it's like this whole thing, but at that point it was like we spent so much fucking money. I think it was like $500 in total.
Like they like charged like triple for each person. That was like what they made us do in order to get out like safe or whatever, which was annoying, and it put a damper like in the trip because we're like, fuck, we all just spent so much money. Yeah. We were all kind of annoyed with each other, but also just like I was kind of annoyed with the other friend because I was like, bitch, you went back to get your shorts. Like, was it that important? Like, ugh, that's so annoying. But he'll fucking die to the grave saying that those shorts cost $300. I'm like, bitch, let's be so for real. Yeah. But honestly, yeah, so that happened. Then we all made up and we all had like a good night, a good next night. And then after the second night, after that, everyone left and it was just me and Oscar. And we went out by ourselves. We had the craziest, best night that we can't even talk about.
Yeah, there's too many things about that night.
Too many things about that night. Maybe one time in the future on the podcast we'll talk about that or something. Yeah. But like for now, we can't talk about that. Yeah. We had like a whole day in Mexico alone, and then the night, and then the next morning we woke up super mad at each other. We got into a huge screaming argument, ran away from each other on the streets, screamed at each other in our 5-floor Airbnb. Yeah, like that we were by ourselves. I was like, I went into his room, and I was like, ah! And you were like, no. And then I like ran away and like slammed your door, and you're like, see, bitch, bitch. And I'm like, it was so crazy. Yeah, bitch, it was so crazy. It was. We got into like a huge fight, and then the next morning we didn't talk. And Oscar's like, the Uber's going to be here in 30 minutes to go to the airport. And I was like hungover. My nothing was packed. I was like, oh, fuck. And then I packed. We didn't talk the entire time. We like almost got on our flight without talking. And then we were like, do you want to get pizza? Yeah, we just started talking again. But yeah, that was the crazy Mexico trip, you guys.
Oh my gosh. No, honestly, but I think everything happened how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, for sure. And especially the last day when everyone was gone. Like, we went to the beach. We were wholesome. We made friends outside of the friends we already had. We were getting free shots everywhere. Like, we met people that followed me. Like, it was just a really cool, and like the sunset and like very therapeutic.
The Godspeed of it all.
Godspeed, Camila Cabello, we love you. Like,
no, it was very wholesome. We met so many cool people. We got some advice from gay men that basically they said that keep your relationships open to work. No, which I was like, like, that's your thing.
No, like, literally every like older gay man that we met in Mexico was like, we were asking about relationship advice. I was like, literally, guys, one people that I spilled the tea to, I was spilling all the tea about me and my ex, and they're like, oh my gosh. And I was like, yeah, where are you guys from? LA? Like, oh my fucking God, are you kidding me? Like, they go to West Hollywood. I was like, oh my God. Like, I thought you guys were from fucking Belgium. Like, what the fuck? I just exposed like everything, and they followed me on TikTok and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But yeah, we had a good time.
I liked it.
Mexico was amazing. Oscar wants to go back in November. Bitch, I can't go in November. That's just so.
Yeah, I don't know, because they have a lot of things going on in November apparently, and I wouldn't mind going back again. Yeah, it's so fun. I genuinely like, especially where we were staying at. Maybe that's why, because we were like staying right in the middle of everything.
Yeah. That makes sense. I get that. Yeah, we were literally in the middle of everything. Like 2 minutes from the clubs, 2 minutes from the church, 2 minutes from the grocery store.
I do want to say that like our last night was probably one of the funnest nights, just because we had this one person who kept buying us shots.
Yeah, multiple shots.
And it just got crazy because
And then Oscar saw him at a club in San Diego the other day. Like,
yeah, and that's like
this
the world is so small.
Like,
Oh,
literally,
bitch, Jinx.
Jinx, you owe me a soda. No, I'm serious. Touch my finger.
Oh, bitch. The soda appears.
I'm like, yeah, no, that was crazy. That was crazy. Okay, Mexico. We finally talked about it, guys. Oh my gosh.
And maybe later on we'll talk about. There's obviously some things that
there's more about Mexico.
We had a rule going into Mexico is like what happens in Puerto stays in Puerto.
Yeah.
Some of things got leaked, but
some of things got leaked. Some Pablo can't keep his mouth shut online.
But
yeah, we told you guys literally like. I mean, when you guys don't, the things you don't know about, like you guys are gonna love to hear about it in the future. It's nothing like awful or anything like that. Like it's just like let's respectfully take the time to figure that situations out.
Exactly.
But yeah, okay, guys. But oh my gosh, guys, I know I talked about the breakup. I know I said I was gonna talk about it. Not you handing me over the fucking notebook. Yeah, well, yes. But honestly, like I feel like I've never been at a ready spot to talk about anything. All I really need to say is I'm single. I'm not in a relationship anymore. Awkward. Obviously, I'm sad. I'm not like healed. I don't hate anybody. I don't love anybody. Like, it's a very confusing situation to be in. But yeah, I just feel like overall, like I got into a relationship with somebody who's the opposite of me in like so many different ways. And I wanted so bad for them to be the version of them that I knew they could be. And they wanted me so bad to be a version of me that they knew I could be. But they weren't us, and like that kind of sucks. And I feel like we hurt each other like so much throughout a process of a relationship to just try to like figure it out. And like when I say hurt, I don't mean the worst things, but I also don't mean the best things. So like I feel like one day there will be that situation where I'm able to like talk about all the in-depths and everything. But overall, like I fell in love in LA. I never thought I was gonna do that. That's actually that's the most mind-boggling thing ever. To like move to a new city and find love. Yeah. Like that's fucking crazy. I'm so grateful for that. Like, no revenge because I knew I gave you the love you needed type shit. Like, but I'm still hurt. So like we'll figure things out. But yeah, I'm single, chilling, vibing. I don't know where things are gonna go in the future. We'll see. I was broken up with. I'll put that out there. So I was broken up with, and I was. Yeah. And I'm not gonna be like it was mutual. No, bitch, I was broken up with. Like, we lived together for like a long time. Like he had everything here, and like he made his decision, which I can understand from his perspectives. But it hurts. And what did I write about that? Oh yeah, but it just kind of sucked. And I will say like one part of the tea, and like to my ex, like damn well, love you to death, but like damn well, like. Literally after the breakup, he like started trying to expose me all over Twitter, which was like super annoying, damaging to like our pre-existing relationship. And like it has affected a lot with us now. So there's obviously like every ounce of me that's like, I wish we could figure this out. But so much stuff has happened after the breakup where it's like, oh my gosh. And like a big part as to why we did break up, as to many other reasons, was because of my social media presence and the insecurities that came with that. And how I would always talk about everything and I would always rant about everything and I couldn't keep my mouth shut, which I understood, but I kept my relationship hush hush. Yeah. And then like right when we broke up, it became like a Twitter battle, and it was so triggering because my biggest fear in life is having people that I love turn on me in a second, and it was so crazy. And even to now, we can't get on a mutual ground or understanding as to why it's wrong to tweet things that are false or true or whatever you want about somebody that you love for so long. It's like, yeah. And like the one bad thing that really stuck with me and it will stick with me for a long time was how I saw a tweet that he posted saying, not all my friends know about my influencer boyfriend era, laughing face, making it seem like I'm like a joke or like I'm just this person that like is an era of your life. Yeah. And like I'm just this influence, like, like, bitch, I literally have feelings. I loved you to death. And like when I brought it up to them, they were like, well, you are an influencer, you are a boy, and that was an era. And I was like, ugh, like that sucks. But at the end of the day, everybody expresses themselves, heals in different ways. And I have no hate to say about anybody or something. But I do feel like I deserve to talk about something. Like, like they've been tweeting and they've been posting and they've been this and that. Nothing like crazy or nothing good. But like, I deserve to say something. Yeah. And like what it is like, I was broken up with and a lot of stuff happened throughout our relationship where I can feel like it was valid and it makes me want to die. But it's true. But I'm safe and I'm good. That was a little drama. That's how I talk to my therapist. Like, I want to die, but like, you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. But I'll figure it out. Hopefully we'll all figure it out.
I mean, I definitely like I completely agree. Like the only thing I have to say, I can't say much about it because one belief that I have is like a relationship, no one else knows a relationship much as the relationship knows itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like You can say something about a relationship, but reality is that couple is gonna know each other better than anyone else.
Yeah.
Like they have their own experiences that they deal with on the side that not everyone sees.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's just like you have to respect what decisions are made of with after.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
and sometimes if you attack someone, that's I think that's like a way of retaliation of your own insecurities.
I
It's
guess, yeah.
like I if you leave a relationship, it's like you spent so much time, that's all the love and effort that you put into someone, and if at that moment you decide to attack, that's I think that's a form of insecurity and retaliation.
Yeah, no, dead ass.
Yeah.
And like I could also see that because it's like I told my mom, like when I like me telling my mom about the situation, like when I told her about it, she was like, "Well, he wouldn't do that if he loved you." I'm like, but honestly, in today's day and age, like you kind of do that because you love them. Like
Yeah.
it can be a huge insecurity. Like when we were in Puerto and I made a video like, "Get drunk with us because we're heartbroken." Like my dumbass posting that, like
Yeah.
I was heartbroken. I was insecure. You know, obviously,
Exactly.
like I get it, but it just sucks. And it's like, wait, I thought like we loved each other. Like I'm
Yeah.
confused. Like
And
we
it's
had
like
so many great moments.
yeah.
Like you know, but I understand how breakups can be messy and whatever. But I'm honestly proud of the way I'm handling it.
Exactly.
I haven't talked shit. I haven't said crazy things. I haven't, you know, I'm just talking how I feel overall. Literally, it was the most traumatic experience, but the most beautiful experience. And hopefully, I can figure out something overall about this that like
Yeah.
just like moves me on in a good way or a bad way, with or without. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But I'm currently in my me era. I'm just trying to get back into everything. Oscar's in
Yeah.
his era. We're doing our own things. We are like healing from Mexico.
I
We're
think
healing from all the
yeah.
past shit that we've talked about.
I think that's a good understanding. I feel like in with just to like bring it back, it's like we both understand that we're not perfect. Like we have like in our relationships, like we like that's one thing you have to have. Like you can't blame all on one person because
Yeah.
reality is like you do shit yourself. It's
No,
like
dead ass.
and that's what separates what's right and what's wrong. Like if you can't realize that everyone has played a factor in breaking up that relationship, it's like
Yeah.
then that's where you're wrong.
Wait, I hope you. Oh my gosh, I just the book literally just came apart. Anyways, but I was gonna say like me and Oscar have been having a lot of conversations about relationships or exes, whatever. And I feel like I'm always here to be like, yeah, Oscar, like I hear you, but I'm also there to always be like, but Oscar, you need to remember this because I don't want to be that friend that's making you think like it's all on you or like you're at fault or whatever. But I also don't want to be that friend that enables my other friend to do stupid shit or to like hurt their relationships. I'm not saying like in any bad, crazy ways, but I'm saying in any way. So it's like, you know, like when Oscar's telling me like, Pablo, this happened, I hate it. And I'm like, that's so awful. Let's remember though, like why we're here. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we're not perfect type shit. And like it sucks to be that person and like have a relationship that ends so bad and then you think like you're completely in the right knowing damn well like that like you could have worked on your communication, you could have worked on your not loyalty, you could have worked, what is it called, just like I feel like humility towards the
Yeah.
relationship, just like having respect for it in the way of like doing things every day to like keep your relationship interesting and exciting and like I don't know, like so there's just always things like that I feel like
Exactly.
could be worked on. And yeah, I just feel like overall we're at a better spot where we filmed a podcast.
Yeah, we definitely.
That's a start.
Yeah, if you were asked like a few weeks ago, we wouldn't have been able to. Like,
No, we were not able to film for weeks, you guys, but
yeah. But I
thank
think
you
this is
guys
good.
for watching. I feel like we literally talked about everything and the Notebook broke in half. So I feel like
I think that was the end.
That was the end of it, guys.
Yeah.
But wow,
Thank
we
you.
actually caught them up on everything.
Yeah. If you guys got this far, comment like pink heart. Right?
Pink heart, yeah, sure. Just comment a pink heart if
I'm
you
like,
guys have
sure.
made it this far.
Just comment pink
comment
heart
right now, though.
Wait, no, like comment pink heart.
Oh yeah, comment pink heart like the words, the actual
Bitch.
words. Why not?
You know,
Like the podcast, subscribe. We're almost at 500 subs, which is cool.
yeah, I think we might do something. I don't know what. I think we should.
Dude,
do
well,
something.
we already had our like.
No, like we'll do like a. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And Drew's here, which is perfect timing, you guys.
So-
Thank you for watching the Be So For Real podcast.
Like,
We love
comment, share,
y'all.
and subscribe.
Thank you for
We'll see
watching.
you guys.
Guys, don't think we're crazy. We're just humans figuring out our lives. And we love to talk about it.
Sometimes.
And I hope you guys enjoy. So bye.
Bye.